Pastor Jamal Bryant says he's thinking about launching a cannabis business at his church.
He's pastor of New Birth Missionary Church. During a recent interview on the Cool Soar podcast, he said the purpose would be to attract new members with a focus on Black men to help the church's membership. He also explained that another goal of starting the marijuana business would be to drive entrepreneurship in the Black community. Pastor Bryant did not, however, give a time frame for the project.
Hey y'all know, oh, I'm clicking the wrong damn. Okay, here we go.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Tune in on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Come join us on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Join us on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Tea Time. Yeah.
Lately I've been having conversations and contemplating out with myself now. Damn, what am I doing wrong? Reminiscing on summers in the kitchen with naked women, they counting up chickens. Damn, man, it's been so long. Why does shit go left when you trying to live right? Everybody trying to tell you how to feel. Trying to shuffle through this thing called life is hella hard, cause one false move, it'll get you killed. That's why I'm past the aggression, but passive aggressive when it comes to lack of respect. Then I have to protect, and if it comes to packing the tech, then I have to confess that I will. Damn right, yeah, I'm still that nigga, the different one out the litter that never been with the children. Chatter ain't got no filter, the one that everybody calls a real nigga. I'm just trying not to be a real nigga. Yeah, last night I had a vision that I was dead broke, didn't even have a penny. Got up on my ass and said, Shirley, go and get it. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, cause he the only one that listens. Praying to the Lord, hoping one day he forgive me all these sins I committed. Drugs, money, and women gotta take me from a blog, cause I'm all me. If there's a heaven for a G, I need a motherfucking key. Talk to him. They say the good die young, man, I'm tripping cause I'm still living. Fighting with some decisions while trying to stay persistent with their rap shit. Basically, I don't know how to act, bitch, but she don't understand that music makes me happy. What happens when I'm not on the road, when I'm not in the yoke, when I'm not doing show shit? They think about it. Yeah, I'm not fucking hoes. I'm just out doing work. I'm accomplishing goals. They go communicate with some fornication. Look, girl, I'm sorry. Probably take out the mob, but 24 just ain't promised. The thought of me wasting time makes a nigga wanna buy me to clean it up and go harder while listening to the Carter too. Hey, yeah, I got that money on my mind. You feel me? Shit, I'm trying to be the best that never lied on the track. Now, can you believe that? Can we achieve that? While minding our beeswax and counting up these stacks. You know, money ain't the thing. Went from scraping up some change just to eat to buy some change. Just to sit up on the fucking show. Said a nigga gotta shine if I don't do nothing.
Hey, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. Hey, y'all, what's good? What's good here in the city, baby? I'm so excited for tonight, y'all. Today is our very, very first edition of Fan Takeover, baby. Hey, it is Fan Takeover. The only thing I want you all to know and to take away from this show is of course, everything that I show, of course, because we go deep. But besides the clips on the show, anybody that want to come on for Fan Takeover, hit me up. That's all you gotta do. Hit me up, email me, DM me, inbox me. That ain't for everybody. Let me go ahead and make that clear. Now, if y'all know what type of people I'm talking about, okay? Y'all are the ones that come. I don't want nobody that I ain't gonna even say it. Y'all, the first clip that I played, it kind of messed up. Y'all. So I do have a better clip of the same thing, but like I said, I messed up the first time. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's see if this is better. If it ain't, I'm taking it down.
Pastor Jamal Bryant says he's thinking about launching a cannabis business at his church.
He's pastor of New Birth Missionary Church. During a recent interview on the Cool Soror podcast, he said the purpose would be to attract new members with a focus on Black men to help the church's membership. He also explained that another goal of starting the marijuana business would be to drive entrepreneurship in the Black community. Pastor Bryant did not, however, give a time frame for the project.
That's our peachy story for the night. Yeah, that's our peachy story for tonight. But let me explain why I'm bringing this, okay? Because there's a purpose for everything when it comes to peachy tea time, okay? So I'm going to break this down to y'all because, you know, he here in the ATM. Hey, Pastor. Oh, let me fix my screen. That ain't what y'all thinking. The devil didn't do that. But no, I'm so serious. I'm so serious, y'all. I got some stuff that I got to tell y'all. I got to show y'all. We're going to take it all the way back. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it all the way back. So when I tell y'all don't want to miss that segment, baby, you don't want to miss that segment. I'm not playing with y'all. I got my church hat. I ain't going to even show y'all. For those that watch, you know what my church hat looks like. Okay. I got the church hat for tonight. So, and I only wear it when we talk about pastors, the bad ones, the ones that just we don't know if we agree with them on everything. That's what we gonna say. Okay. So let me check my sound because I want to make sure y'all hear everything I got to say when we get to the pastors. Okay. And I did, yeah. I said pastors. So hold on. Let me check my sound. Get to the pastors. Yeah, I hear myself. I hear myself very well. So that means y'all hear me too. Okay. Also, I have a special commercial, a new commercial. Yes, I have a commercial that I will be showing you all tonight, which is one of the commentators that will be joining on Peachy Network. Yes, they will be joining on Peachy Network on Roku TV. So you all will have to go to Roku TV. So if you don't have Roku TV or the Roku stick, I suggest you go get it. Okay? And if you do have it, I need you to go ahead and download Peachy Tea Time. You might as well go and do it now, especially if you're laying in your bed right now and you got Roku stick or Roku TV and you looking at your phone. I need you to put me on your TV. It's working just fine. But yes, put me on your TV, y'all, because that's where you're going to be seeing a lot of the people that join the network. Some of them will be on YouTube. Some of them may not be on YouTube. But you could definitely find them on Roku TV. There it is. They Roku TV ready, baby. This will be going starting in 2023, next month. Next month, we have one or two that will be joining, and then the rest will be joining in February. So when I tell y'all, I'm so thankful. God is truly blessing me when I decided to take this leap of faith and go into the Roku TV world. I told you, Nancy Grace, I'm on my way. Okay? Make room for me, girl. I ain't gonna take your place. I just need you to make some room for me. That's all. You know, you ain't gotta hurry up and leave. But just make room for your girl, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, hurry up and bring up our fan, because it's our fan takeover, baby. I have never met this young lady in my life, okay? Never, until today. Okay, until today. She has been watching Peachy Tea Time. She's gonna let us know how long she's been watching Peachy Tea Time, what brought her to Peachy Tea Time. She's gonna tell us all of that. I think she could be my friend one day, y'all. I do. I like her. She nice. She real nice. And girl, and she came on here, baby. She ain't, when I tell you she ain't playing with y'all today, she was like, I'm gonna go up here with Peachy Tea Time, Miss Peachy. She always be having her hair together, her makeup on. She like, that baby, when I tell you she ready, baby, she is ready, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bring her up. Her name is TIKA, Okay, her name is Tika. So here she is. There she go. Here she is.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Tika girl. How's it going, girl?
Good. Excited to be on your show.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for being a fan of Peachy Tea Time. When I tell you that means so much to me, it really does. I'm just a young girl. Let me express that young. But I am a lady when I tell you that I decided to do this journey, see where it's going to take me, and it's definitely taking me places. And to have people like you and other fans out there who I call my peaches and Mr. Peastas, to have y'all on here each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday watching my show, it means the world to me. It really does. So thank you, girl. So let everybody know what brought you, besides being a fan and me saying, Tika, you need to come on here, girl. What brought you to Peachy Tea Time?
Well, I wanted to come on here and pay you homage for doing a show about my brother, Eric Logan, about the police, when the police murdered him. And I didn't get to make a show that day because I messed up my time. I wasn't for sure when the show was airing, so I missed out. I didn't get to be on here. So I always want to be a supporter because you support those who support you, you know. And so I appreciate y'all for doing that.
Oh, thank you so much, Tika. And again, please tell your family I said thank you as well for trusting me with their story. When I tell you I remember that show like it was yesterday, baby. I do remember. Hey, Charlotte, girl. Hey, Charlotte. When I tell y'all we had such a great time that night, it was very, very hard for your family to come on and do, coming on camera basically and telling their loved one's story. But I tried my best to make it as comfortable as possible. I did do that just as well, and we had a great time. We really did. Tears were shed, but at the same time, we still healed with laughter as well. So I appreciate your family. I really do. I really, really do. Now, are you ready? Are you ready for tonight?
Let's get into it.
Yeah, we better get into it, baby.
Let's get into it.
Yes. Now we are going to I know y'all waiting on Jamal. I know y'all waiting. Okay, and he coming. He ain't coming on here. He ain't coming on here. We don't want that spirit over here. But we gonna sit here and we're gonna watch these clips, what I got to show y'all. But first, we got to go into our fair usage. And Tika, I saw something that was quite funny to me. I don't know if y'all gonna think it's funny before we get into the pastors and stuff. It was one clip that I saw that I thought it was quite funny. And then after this clip, after we discussed why I thought it was funny and why Tika probably think it's funny, we're gonna get into our updates. And then we're gonna get into Jamal and Eddie Long. Yeah, I'm putting Eddie Long into this one. I sure am. So let's get into our fair usage.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Concert in downtown Milwaukee ends with confusion. Grammy winner Patti LaBelle rushed off. Concert in downtown Milwaukee ends with confusion. Grammy winner Patti LaBelle rushed off the stage after a bomb threat Saturday night.
Aaron Maven with the response and the hope for another show ahead.
770. Patti LaBelle was center stage when security rushed the singer away in the middle of a show because of a bomb threat. Watch again. Her band bolted first, drops a bouquet before being taken away.
Y'all, Patty just came on stage and we got to evacuate because somebody threatened.
Catherine Brunson recorded video of the confusion and the shocking moments inside the Riverside Theater during the evacuation.
People were still sitting down, then some people just got up and just started walking out. Because I was one of them. I was still sitting down in shock, like, wait, did I just hear that right?
Milwaukee police responded to the theater before 10:30 Saturday night. Police cleared the building and canines came in to search. Police say no explosives were found.
It was a scare, but I'm fine now.
Concert goers say the R&B legend wasn't on stage long before the evacuation. Pabst Theater Group says it is working with Patti LaBelle to reschedule the show.
It's a bummer. Yes. It was a lot of people mad, you know. Because like I said, it was a Christmas gift for some people. It was birthday gifts for others.
A Christmas concert fans won't soon forget. In Milwaukee, Aaron Maben, Fox 6 News.
Now, let me tell y'all what the funny part to me was, okay? Excuse my language, mama. The motherfucking roses, baby. They said the roses got to go. I don't care how much the roses was paying for. They don't care. It is a bomb threat. And poor Patty like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Bye. Patty, they talking about they don't know if Patty gonna come back. Patty, you need to sit yourself down somewhere and keep making them pies, collecting your money from that. You know, they ain't got time. What if it really was a bomb threat? Look how they wasn't even going too fast, TIKA. They weren't going too fast. What you think about that clip, TIKA?
I was scared for Patty. You know, that's my girl. That's my mom's girl. My mom don't miss a concert when she come to town. So, and when I was just visiting her, that's who we jammed to, Patti LaBelle. So to see her in distress like that, you know, it's scary because she's such an icon.
Exactly. And she didn't even know about the bomb. She just know that these men is coming to take her off the stage right now. They done dropped the flowers and everything, y'all.
But I'm
just taking over the flowers. and you know, I wish the young lady that said that she sat there, I just don't think she saw the Kings of Comedy. I just don't think she saw that. Because she would have known by Cedric the Entertainer. Damn it, if 5 run, you run too. You ain't got to know what you're running for. Just run. Now, she could have been gone in the bomb. The bomb could have just took her right on up out. And y'all wouldn't even been able to hear her do no interview, because she wanted to sit down and see what's going on with Patty. And why they taking Patty off stage. You better run too. Do you agree with me, TIKA?
Yeah, run. You will
find out what you ran for.
With you, because it's too much go on, so you don't know what's taking place. Yes.
You better run. That's all I got to say. You better run. Okay,
right.
So if y'all, Patty, if you watching, I mean, we don't know who watching, y'all. So Patty, if you're watching, run. And if the young lady, if you're watching, run next time. Don't wait. Don't wait on nobody. Just run. Because you see everybody else running. And just make sure you don't get trampled over. I'm just saying. TIKA, you know they will trample over your ass in a minute.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. They will trample over you. So you just make sure you stay close to whoever you there with. All y'all hold hands, whatever you got to do. But just make sure you don't get trampled over. Because, baby, you will get trampled over, okay? If you don't keep up with the crowd, you got to keep up with the crowd, baby. I'm just telling y'all. Don't say I ain't never taught y'all nothing. I done been there before. Not the bombs, but the gun threats. When they doing it. That's my bomb threat. Run, damn it, run.
Run for your life.
You better get the car, baby. I don't hear, wherever I go, I don't hear nothing about no bomb threats. But I do hear about shootouts. Okay? I hear about shootouts. Do you hear about shootouts? Or do you hear about bomb threats?
Shootouts. I done had my share of shootouts.
See?
I just dug, try to make sure I'm covered.
Duck and dodge. Duck and dodge.
Yeah, duck and dodge, exactly. And get up out of there.
Me and Tika got something in common already. We done been through these. But we're still here. But we are still here. So, Tika, we finna go ahead and get into our next clip because I got quite a few clips for tonight, I must say. I see y'all in the comments. Hey, Milk by Michelle. Why the hell they take Patty off like that? She was so confused. Patty was scared. Patty was scared.
You see her run. I'm like she just threw that lady in distress. I was like, oh my God.
And you can tell she ain't used to stuff like that. She too busy trying to ask questions. The flowers done fell, and she like, what the hell going on? Patty is like, this is not supposed to be in the agenda. So it's like she wanted to know what's going on before we run. No, Patty. We're in a whole new era now, Patty girl. We don't do none of that no more. We just run and go. Okay? Thank God you didn't fall in them heels, I tell you that much. They should have told you to take your shoes off first. That's what they should have told you.
He had no time for that.
He said no time for that. No time for that.
They had no time for that.
Not at all. Not at all.
We're
going to go ahead, y'all, and get into our updates. For those that watched the show on Saturday, I will play it back. But we do have an update on the young lady that left her friends. She went and picked up her friend, husband, daughter, and some more family members. And she was like 23, 24 years old. Went and picked them up, lost control of the car while they was driving, and got the car ended up flipping, and the mama's husband and the mama's daughter died. And the only reason why I'm going to play the clip over, because I really want y'all to hear, if you didn't watch Saturday, I want y'all to hear what the friend said, why the friend didn't stay. The friend was the driver and everything, but the friend didn't stay. She had to go. And we finna see why, okay? So here go our update.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus.
Mother is telling Channel 2 Action News her 10-year-old daughter should still be here. She died in a one-car crash on Campbellton Road, and police say the driver took off. Channel 2's Tom Jones talked to the family about their search for answers.
Evelyn Henderson's family is torn up after that crash that happened right here. She can't understand why her best friend who was driving left the scene. Henderson says she will miss her boyfriend and will miss her little sidekick who went with her everywhere.
She was the sweetest little girl in the world.
Evelyn Henderson says her 10-year-old daughter, Janila, was an old soul. She says she loved to work and loved going to the polls.
Today we were supposed to go vote, me and her.
That won't happen after Janila and her father, 33-year-old Nicholas Jeffries, were killed in a single-car crash on Campbellton Road around 3 Saturday morning. Henderson apologized to her lost loved ones.
I just want to say, I love y'all. I'm so sorry it happened to y'all, but God got y'all.
Henderson says her best friend was driving her daughter, her boyfriend, her son, and a friend home. Police say the driver lost control and the car flipped several times, killing Janila and her dad.
My world has been flipped upside down.
Henderson says the driver, her best friend, initially tried to help her daughter and then left the scene. Relatives say Rob Martin, who was injured in the crash, told them what she said to him.
He said all he could hear her say was, I can't go to jail. I ain't going to jail because my baby girl needs me.
Police are now searching for the driver. Henderson says her daughter is in a better place.
And I know he just loaned it to me. And I know he got her back. And she's with her dad.
Police have not released the driver's name they are searching for, so we are not using it. Go to the store on our website to see how you can contribute to a GoFundMe account set up to help pay for the funeral of Lil Janila. Reporting in Southwest Atlanta, I'm Tom Jones for Channel 2.
Girl, TIKA ain't that dirty.
Oh, devastating.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
how can you leave? True enough,
right.
people panic. They do panic.
Mhm.
But you have a little 10-year-old girl right there. And they said she was trying to save her life, TIKA. And she just stopped. I guess she finally realized she was gone. So she just stopped and said, I got my own kids to take care of. I got to go. I'm not finna sit here and wait. Like, you weren't gonna get caught. That's my thing. You know you gonna get caught. They know who you
Exactly.
are, lady. Like, I don't get it.
She probably wouldn't have got in trouble if she had stayed there, unless driving without a license. More likely, it's the freak accident that happened. They probably would have just probably gave her a little fine and went on, but she showed no empathy, or sympathy for that family.
At all whatsoever. She just left being
Yeah,
very selfish.
but she
Very
tried.
selfish.
Yeah.
And that's what we said on Saturday, because I had 2 guests on Saturday. Shout out to Face Card Photos, Wendell. And also shout out to Dolph Simmons. They were on Saturday. And I played that clip for them. And the first thing that they said was how selfish of her, to just up
Yeah, that
and
was it.
leave like that.
Yes.
So we're about to get into the update, okay? So here we go.
Atlanta police are looking for the driver in a deadly single-car crash. A 10-year-old girl and her stepfather were killed over the weekend in southwest Atlanta. Newshead reporter Tyler Fingert spoke with the mother, who's navigating the loss of her daughter and her husband.
A loved one set up this memorial Thursday afternoon near where a 10-year-old girl and her stepfather were killed. While they're mourning, they say what would help is finding the driver involved. Evelyn Henderson is back at the place that changed her world.
It's hard being here because it's my first time being back on site since it happened.
Her significant other, Nicholas Jeffries, and her 10-year-old daughter, Janila Henderson, were killed in a single car crash near the intersection of Campbellton and County Line Roads in southwest Atlanta last Saturday morning. Evelyn was also in the SUV. Atlanta police say the vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed when the driver lost control and rolled over several times.
They both had a smile that when they walked into a room, oh my God, it just lit up. It just lit up.
Father, be with these young people on your front because they need you right now, Father.
Loved ones gathered for a vigil Thursday afternoon at the scene for the 2 victims. Jeffries was a father of 3 and a stepfather of 3. Dozens showed up for them, and it was meant to provide some healing as they deal with the hurt.
Nicholas and Janila was just like, there was like 2 peas in a pod. They was just inseparable.
It's amazing. And it shows support for my son Jamal too in the hospital. He's fighting for his life, but he's doing good.
Police identified the driver of the SUV they were in as Zaria Sensley. Investigators say after the crash, she ran off. This loss is particularly hard for Janila's brother.
Thinking back on it, I really think she did look up to me, but I really hope that she knows that I loved her real bad.
This morning, police say a driver who was involved in an accident that killed a 10-year-old and her stepdad is in jail. It happened early last Saturday morning on Campbellton Road in southwest Atlanta. 10-year-old Janila Henderson and Nicholas Jeffries died. Police say the person driving them was Zaria Sensley. They say she ran away from the accident but is...
She is now in custody. That's what she was about to say. Cut off, sorry. But that's what they were saying. She is now in custody. One thing that I've learned is not all the time, TIKA. It's definitely not all the time. But a lot of times when adult men, I'm going to go ahead and take it there. When you have Black adult men that has gotten killed or even murdered, I hate to say it, but if they ain't with no kid, sometimes they ain't finna go out and try to do no extra to help find the killer or to help bring the family some closure. But when it comes to them kids, baby, they don't be playing because they know we coming for their asses. Explicit language, and also allegedly. Make sure I say that for the next episode that's coming up. But yeah, I don't even think it lasted. I don't think she was on the run for a week. I don't think it was a week, like some days. And they caught her, which we figured that would happen anyways, of course. But how you feel about how quick they come to children's rescue instead of everybody's human, basically?
Well, I love the fact that they do come to the children. But it should be equal.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the person, everybody deserves equal treatment.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. They definitely need to go to and save the children first. I definitely agree with you on that. Because children are innocent. They didn't ask to be here or anything like that. And people go hard. They go hard when it comes to these kids. And I'm not talking about just the police, I'm talking about the community just as well. We would definitely all get together when it comes to a kid or infant, and sometimes murders don't get solved either. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like all kids murders get solved. No, not at all. But you do see a lot of them that do get solved. I'm gonna say that. So we got one more update. Now, Tika, did you hear about the 10-year-old that killed his mama?
Yes, you talked about the last show I was watching you on.
Yeah, I did talk about it. I sure did. We have an update on that. The little boy, he's still in custody. They are in the process of trying to charge him as an adult. They can. I'm not even gonna make it sound cute and pretty. They said they charging him as an adult, okay, at the age of 10 years old. When I showed that clip, I did express how I felt that they should not charge him as an adult. I just feel that way. But we're gonna see someone else that feels differently just as well. Like they should not be charging him as an adult. So here we go.
Community members are coming together to say he should be charged as a juvenile. Now, according to the criminal complaint, Kiana Mann's son shot her on November 21st because she wouldn't allow him to order something on Amazon. 12 News talked to Sylvester Jackson, the co-founder of the Believers for Change. That's an organization created to help people getting out of jail with reentry and youth behavior. Jackson talked about the disparities within the justice system for Black children compared to white children. He said charging this boy as an adult just doesn't make sense.
Children is not allowed to make certain decisions for themselves until they become 18 or 21 or something like that. So how is it that we're putting 10-year-old children in a court system as an adult? To hold a 10-year-old on the same level as an adult, it's just barbaric to say the least. What sense does that make?
Wisconsin law requires children as young as 10 to be charged as adults for certain serious crimes. The charge in this case is on the list, but an attorney can seek to move the case to juvenile court. The boy is due in court.
All right. Tika, I'm going to let you have this one. What you think?
I don't think they should charge him as an adult. He's only 10 years old. Kids react. They don't think things through. He ain't don't be fully developed,
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's a very touchy subject for me. And then how I feel about the justice system, it ain't for us. We all know that. Right. So
briefly, Tika, if you don't mind, briefly tell us a little bit about your brother when your family was on here and what happened to him.
Well, my brother name is Eric Logan, and he was walking from his other brother's house, our other brother house, to my mom's. And as he was heading there, it was just only like not even 4 blocks, like 4 blocks away, not whatever. And on his journey there, the police officer gave chase and shot him. But they told the story they said is my brother was trying to break in a car right across the street from where my mom stayed at. It's well like this in the parking lot. Who gonna go break in a car in the parking lot like this? But
Exactly.
then he had a purse, had a knife. They changed stories, and they said they lunged at him. My brother lunged at the officer with a knife, so he shot him. Not at any time did he have his camera on. To he is civil for the safety is not just for the civilian; it's for him as well. So they never produced any camera, any just allegedly saying what my brother did. But anybody who knows my brother, which a lot of people do, without being small, they know he don't deal with knives. He ain't never, yeah, he never carried knives at all. And my brother, and where he had been stabbed in the neck, and so it was like a fear for him.
Of him. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And so they didn't call an ambulance for him. Swoop and go, they called it, and drove him off to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
And no officers was charged in the death of your brother.
No, they're trying to let him get away scot-free.
Wow. Did y'all have to go to trial and everything?
They was always canceling and stuff. My family show up and there's another court date, and people do what they want to do. The system do what they want to do.
Exactly. Exactly. And how long ago was this?
It happened June 16th on Father's Day, 2019.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, our prayers definitely continue to go out to your family and hope that one day you all do get closure and justice is served. Definitely. I did a lot of research on that story when your family came on. Showed a lot of different clips, and it was just so wrong. So wrong how everything was done. So if you guys want to watch that show, it is on YouTube. You will see his name, Eric Logan, and you'll see a picture of him. And go ahead and watch it. It's very, very interesting, and it will piss you off and make you mad. Okay, so I want to make sure I add that too. So we're gonna go ahead, and it is time. It is time. It is time. What everybody has been waiting on. Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant and that doggone Eddie Long. But y'all ain't even know I'm going to bring Eddie Long into this. And it's a reason. It's a reason. It's always the reason for everything. So, but before we get into that, we're going to get into a little commercial. Okay? We're going to get into a little commercial because I want y'all to make sure y'all watching this on the big screen. Okay? When y'all see what all I brought to y'all. Okay? Here we go. Hey, it's your girl, the Missus, and I got a surprise, a big, huge announcement just for y'all. I'm so excited to tell y'all this news. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out how am I going to tell everybody what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. I didn't know how to say it. So what I decided to do, shout out to Fred, baby. Shout out to Fred. Fred made me a flyer to show y'all. So here we go. Roku TV, baby. Roku TV. The missus with the kisses, baby. I will have my own network, PEACHY Tea Time Network, on Roku TV. When I tell y'all, that's big. Okay? That's big. Nancy Grace, I'm coming for you, girl. I'm coming for you, Nancy Grace. I'm coming. I'll see y'all later. We got to get back to this show. I'm sure Jason got a lot to say, and so do I. Bye. Okay, Tika, Jason ain't got shit to say because Jason ain't here. That was our Wednesday clip, baby, when I announced that we are on Roku TV. Yes, we are on Roku TV. If you guys have a Roku TV or you have the Roku stick, go ahead and download the PEACHY Tea Time app, and time is spelled with the Y. Once you download the app, you go to your search, then you download the app. Once you download it, you hit add app. Add app. I think it says. Once you add that, baby, you in there, okay? Just go scroll up and you see live. Hit live, and you'll see the show right now. You'll see me and Tika, our beautiful faces on the big screen, okay? So, Tika, baby, let's get started. Let's get started, girl. So, I'm so happy. Huh?
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tika. Let me record that shit. Thank you, girl. I so appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes. So let me break this down to you, Tika. I'm so glad that Tika is our guest for tonight because I called Tika and I said, Tika, well, I text her. I said, Tika, have you ever heard of Eddie Long and Jamal Bryant? She said, no. I said, great. Because I get to break it all down to you, baby. I get to break it all down. So we are going to start from the beginning, okay? And the reason why we're starting from the beginning, I will let y'all know throughout the segment, okay? So, Tika. Let me show you some pictures. Tika, this is Eddie Long, not Jamal Bryant. For everybody that's watching, this is not Jamal Bryant. This is Eddie Long. And I know y'all probably like, why is you showing me Eddie Long? Eddie Long was the preacher of New Birth Church, okay? Which is Jamal's church now. Jamal Bryant is his church now. But Eddie Long was the preacher first, okay? Then, Tika, you know, when things happen, you know, how do they call it? What they say? What goes on in the dark always comes to the light. So that's what happened with Eddie Long. Now, he was the pastor for New Birth for years. I mean, big, huge, pretty church. Pretty, girl. Pretty. And he was the pastor. Had a preacher, had a wife, all that kids, all that. Okay. Well, to our surprise here in Atlanta, a news clip came out, Tika. And guess what? I got it, girl. So I'm finna show you. It's gonna blow your mind. And for everybody that's out there, if you don't know Eddie Long, this finna blow your mind, okay? Because if you know him, you already know what I'm finna play. So here we go.
His presence alone is seduction to a young man without a father. You look at him and he's everything you want to be. He's everything you see and you dream to be. And being around him, it's almost like a drug. You can't believe the place that you're at in your life and the things that you're doing and the cars that you're driving and the people that you're meeting. So it becomes, if I want to continue to feel this love and this power, I'll do whatever my dad wants me to. I can't accept in my mind that he never was a dad to me. So I love him for that. But at the same time, for what he did to me and taught me and how I see the world, I'll never be able to forgive him for that.
Why didn't you just stop and say, Bishop, that's wrong?
You're afraid to lose your father. You're afraid that if you tell him no, the support that he gives to yourself, the support that he gives to your family, and the support that he gives to you mentally, and the fact that you finally have a father that you've always wanted for and always dreamed of, will just walk away from you if you don't give him what you want. So you end up turning into something you never thought you'd be, which is now a slave to a man that you love. If you look at us in our eyes and you hear the pain in our voice, we don't have a reason to lie to this man. I loved him and I'm always gonna have love for the things that he taught me. But how he left us, it hurt worse than anything I ever felt in my life. So while the media and the press and the rest of the people around the city or around the country look at us like, how can a grown man let another man touch him? What you have to understand is this man manipulated us from childhood. This was our father and we loved him. This man turned his back on us when he had no more need for us. That's not a father. That's a predator. We would have to be the craziest kids in the world to want to come out and admit to another man touching on us publicly. To really believe this is about money would be absolutely ludicrous. I cannot get the sound of his voice out of my head. And I cannot forget the smell of his cologne. And I cannot forget the way that he made me cry many nights when I drove in his cars on the way home, not able to take enough showers to wipe the smell of him off of my body. But that man cannot look me in my eye and tell me we did not live this pain. while you can sit in front of the church and tell them that you categorically deny it, you can't say that to our face. And you know this. You are not a man. You are a monster.
The church hat.
I had to put the church hat on, Tika. Y'all know every time we talk about the pastors, now we done talked about Bishop Whitehead, I had to put the hat on. Okay, I had to put the hat on. So now we talking about Eddie Long and Pastor Jamal Bryant. I got to put the hat on, okay? The hat helps me, Tika. It helps me. Tika, I'm not supposed to laugh. Tika, the hat helps me to stay sane and to remember that Mama Peach is watching. And also to remember my roots and where I came from. Because I can't say all the things I want to say about these pastors. See what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So, the hat helps me. Okay. Tika, did you hear that, girl?
Yes.
Tika, and it wasn't just him. It was like 3 of them. 3 different boys that came to the forefront and said, I'm telling on Eddie Long. That's what they did. And Tika, let me show you something else. This is what they said that the bishop, this the bishop now, not the pastor, this the bishop. They said the bishop was sending them pictures of like this. Lord Jesus. This is what he's sending them. Yeah. Sending them pictures. And just doing other things, but he paying them. He keeping them paid. They riding good. They going to school good and everything. All that. And they don't want to stop getting that stuff. So they just went ahead and took what he was offering. Sounds like celebrity wives to me. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. But the ones who husband cheat on them, do them wrong, beat on them, all that, they still stay. Because they don't want to get rid of the big picture, the big stuff that they get. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now this man, I'm show y'all another picture of Bishop. That Bishop, that's a close-up. He was in charge of New Birth Church. He was the pastor. Tika, you gonna think I'm lying. Anybody out there from Atlanta that remember this, please let Tika know I ain't lying. Tell her I ain't lying. Tika, I'm telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
When that came out,
Mm-hmm.
baby, this man, it seemed like instantly we heard he had cancer. Bishop Eddie Long. We ain't know for a while that he had cancer. I ain't gonna say we knew right then and there. We just noticed he kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like in such a small period of time. From the time that he told, that the boys came out. When the boys came out, it's like he started getting sick. And we was like, what's going on with him? Now, I'm finna show y'all a picture of Eddie Long once he got sick. Now, I know y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh. That's what y'all should be like. Oh my gosh. So, hold on. Let me get the picture. Hold on. Well, it ain't letting me show the picture, girl. They must know I'm trying to show some things. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. You know what? I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it this way. And then I'm going to make it bigger. Because, y'all, it's not letting me. I don't know. They must know what I got planned. But this picture, can you see my cursor? Because it's not letting me bring it up.
I'll see it.
I'm put something else. No, I can't do that. You can't see it?
No.
Let me see what y'all. Okay, no, you don't. There it go. Okay. So I'm finna make it bigger. Because it's not letting me. Okay, you see right here? With the all black on? And the black glasses. He got the all black on and the black glasses. You see him?
Is it in the middle?
Yep, in the middle. You don't even recognize him. There he is. Right there. You see that?
Yes.
When he started getting sick, this is what he ended up looking like.
Mm-hmm.
This is after. Let me make that clear. This is after everything started coming out. You know? And then he died. That quick. And when he died, they needed somebody to take over the church. So they decided to go with Pastor Jamal Bryant. Now, TIKA, Pastor Jamal, now everything is allegedly. Okay, I'll just tell y'all what the word out on the street is, okay? Word out on the street is Pastor Bryant cheated on his wife. Cheated on his wife, got a divorce, and lost his whole church, baby. Lost the whole church. And then Newbert said, hey, y'all, Jamal, you come over here. You come over here, Jamal. And then he comes over there. And so I'm finna show y'all our last clip. You know, I didn't want to go in too hard on him, TIKA. But I'm going to show y'all this. And then we're going to talk about why y'all need to stay away from Newbert. Now, if y'all want to go, y'all take y'all. Go right on. But I'm telling you now, you might want to stay away. Here we go.
Because I'm mindful that I'm not after Christians. I'm after people who don't go to church. And a lot of churches are just recycling people from other churches. That's not who I'm after. I'm looking for people that smell like weed.
Y'all heard it. I know y'all heard that. I know you heard that. We're going to run it back again.
Because I'm mindful that I'm not after Christians. I'm after people who don't go to church. And a lot of churches are just recycling people from other churches. That's not who I'm after. I'm looking for people that smell like weed. I'm at a place, Rashawn. Really, New Birth is the largest land-owning Black church in America. Wow. And so my position to my deacons is, why aren't we not raising cannabis? I'll be able to bring in Black males. They're able to do it legally. I'm teaching them farming.
Oh my God.
I'm helping them to enhance the ecosystem. This is the kind of conversation. So if the guy, Black boy in Bankhead said, they growing weed at the church, where do I join?
Yes.
I don't need no pamphlet for him. Yeah.
Right.
He coming in. And that's the group that I'm going after. Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
You're different. But you've been different from the beginning. I think that's why God.
But Christianity, Rashawn, is supposed to be different.
Every sister just elbow another sister. He should have listened. Every brother, would you tap another brother and say, I should have listened to her? God help me. Old saints, y'all forgive me, but I got to tell you, these hoes ain't loyal. You got to find somebody. Okay. All right, be seated, please.
TIKA, he just took a clip from Chris Brown and said these hoes ain't loyal in church. And did you see how the flock? It is not funny. Can we say those are all the devil's little helpers? Is it okay if we say that? Like, they are shouting to this man because he said these hoes ain't loyal in church. Chris Brown's song. Shout out to Chris Brown. Shout out to Chris Brown. It's okay for Chris Brown to say it. I'm sorry. That was my jam. It's okay for Chris Brown to say it. But it's not okay for Jamal Bryant, the one that want to sell weed through the church and get all the weed drug dealers to come to the church. He literally just said that he wants to have a weed garden in the back of the church so that all the drug dealers can come and sell weed for him. think I have a problem with it.
They don't take God serious.
So you can say that one more time.
They don't take God serious. If you're gonna be ministering to people and leading people, that's not the way you lead them. God holds you accountable for that.
Girl. And did you see how serious he was with it?
Yes.
And you know, I'm not gonna even hold y'all up. I lost a little bit of respect now for people that's not from Atlanta. The young lady that he was talking to, her name is Rashawn Ali. I done lost a lot of respect for her. I would cameras off in the stream. We're done. I'm not gonna have that spirit around me. You know that that's not right. Why he don't know, we'll never know. We'll never know. Do you have any idea, Tika, why this man do not think that this is wrong?
Girl, I don't know. They don't fear God enough, like literally, because that's something I would not play with. I ain't perfect, you know. I ain't claiming to be perfect, but that's one thing I will not do. I will not do, because I do not want to be condemned.
Thank you.
I do
You
not.
know, and the reason why I showed Eddie Long first, because this was his church. This was this man's church. And this man was touching on kids. And he got cancer. It seemed like, I'm sure he knew he had and just didn't tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like everything happened so quickly. He got cancer, and then boom, he was gone. And then all of a sudden, Jamal comes into this same church, and he's always in the blogs about something, Tika, negative. And now this man want to doggone put the weed garden in the bed. It ain't even legal here. It ain't even legal. You cannot ride down the street and smoke your weed in Atlanta, Georgia. You can't do it. People do it anyways, yes. But if you get pulled over, if you are in the city of Atlanta, they're going to give you a ticket. They're going to give you a $75 ticket, and they will let you go. But if you are in the outskirts, ain't no telling what's going to happen to you. Ain't no telling. Because they only made it to where in the city limits, in the city of Atlanta, that if you get pulled over and you got weed in the car, depending on how much it is, of course, then you'll get a $75 fine and you go about your business. And this man church is not in the city limits of Atlanta. And you want to get all the drug dealers. And Tika, and that's the crazy part about it, Tika. The drug dealers will go for this. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
They would think they finna make millions with the help of the pastor. The pastor gonna protect me to where I don't go to jail. That's how they gonna be thinking. Before you know it, Tika, they gonna have all the crackheads up in there. He gonna say, let's try crack next. And then guess what? He gonna make millions and millions and millions of dollars. I hope they do not let this happen. And if it do, I hope and pray that the Lord don't take him out right away like he did Eddie Long. I'm sorry. I said it. I said what I said. Shoot. Yes, Tika. Girl, I said what I said.
You know, whatever we do that God ain't pleased with, you get held accountable.
Exactly. Like, ain't then one of these church members trying to leave. At least I don't think they is. I mean, look what he literally cussed in church, you might as well say. And they was shouting. They didn't see nothing wrong with him saying these hoes ain't loyal. And I bet you some of them, Chris Brown started singing in their head when they was up there shouting.
Because it was mine, I ain't gonna lie.
You know? I'm telling you, Chris Brown was all in their spirit when he said that. And they just started getting up, dancing, and shouting. Mama P said these bishops got the answer to God. If I was a member of this church, it would have been my last Sunday. Now, Mama Peach, let me tell you something. Mama Peach, I'm going to put you on some game, okay? Mama Peach. That's my mama. Mama Peach, I'm going to put you on some game, girl. When I was at your birthday party at your house, at your, my parents stay in apartments. Mm-hmm. At your apartment, I gave my card to this one lady that was there. I don't know her name, but she could be watching. I don't know. But I gave my card to her, and she told me what church she goes to, and she told me she goes to New Birth. And she said, I really think you should come and join our church. You should really come. And I'm looking at this lady like, I didn't even know all of this about the weed. You know what I'm saying? This just happened about the weed. But I knew about his other past, the cheating, and these hoes ain't loyal. I knew about that. And I looked at this lady like, oh, no, I will not. I will not come and join your church. I don't even want to visit. I don't want that spirit amongst me. I do believe in cults. I believe in it. And I believe that some of these pastors, they churches are cults. Just in a whole nother form. You know what I'm saying? And they brainwash. I do believe they brainwash some of their members. I really do. Even when Eddie Long was at that church, when all that stuff came out, TIKA, half them members didn't leave. They stayed. They felt like them boys was lying. And they stayed.
Yeah, some people feel like they owe the pastor and people loyalty. So.
Exactly. That's crazy.
And like you said, a lot of them didn't believe in what they were saying. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look. See what happens? See what happens when, not you, Mikey, not you, but see what happens when Jamal start playing with the Lord? Mm-hmm. Then people like us start making jokes like this. Because I already said it, Mikey. I already said it. They're going to be passing the collection plate. They're going to be smoking weed, all that at the church.
Your sense of humor is...
I'm just being real. I'm being me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, they gonna be like, I can't even hear the pastor because y'all talking over it. Hush, woman. Please stop coughing.
Oh, Lord.
Girl, they gonna be in there talking on the blunt and can't even hear the word that he trying to say. Because they choking. Baby, y'all, we gotta get into this commercial. Let me put up this call-up number because we have a special person that's going to call in. This is the person that is actually going to be on the network, okay? On the network for PEACHY TYME network. And I know y'all probably like, is everybody going to be talking about death? Is everybody going to be talking about everybody killing each other? No. We're going to have a different variety of different things. So, this is one of the different things that you guys will see on PEACHY TYME Network. Here we go.
When I first started my weight loss journey, I had no idea the change it would make. During one of the hardest times of my life, I turned heartbreak into hustle and pain into power.
Breathe, work, stretch, let it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Just breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. 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 Breathe. Work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Just breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Do your thing, girl. You in the gym working out, you wasn't playing, girl. Yoga mat, you doing yoga, meditating. I see you elevated cause you separated. Yeah, you pushing up the weight, they just wait. Waist straight and strap, go steady pace. After I shake the haters, we gon' drink a protein shake. 20 pounds later, tell them they can hold that weight. Yeah, breathe, work, stretch, let it all. 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 Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Just breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe, work, stretch, melt it all. Breathe.
So if you're ready to make an everyday lifestyle transformation, Melt by Michaela presents Melt Me Fitness is exactly where you need to be. Congratulations on taking the first step to living a healthier lifestyle, and I'm excited that you're joining me. We ready to breathe, sweat, work, and melt it all.
All right, man. Oh, I got the whole thing turned. Sorry, y'all. Let me take this duck. We done with that segment. Hold on, let me get my comb and my brush. Sorry. Hold on, y'all. We coming. All right, y'all. We got a special guest on the line, baby. We got Miss Mikey with Melt Me Fitness, and she will be joining the Roku Network. Hey, Mikey. Hey, boo. How are you tonight?
I am awesome. Man, I just see me on the big screen.
Hey.
I am fantastic. I love it. I love it.
That is wonderful, Mikey. Now, are you enjoying the show, first of all?
Yes, absolutely. I am. I have my thoughts about the whole new birth church. I think they need to be born again, so they really need a new birth. For real. Mm-hmm. But yes, I am definitely enjoying the show this evening. And TIKA, you're doing a great job, girl. Yes, you are.
He said, thank you. Now, please, Mikey, please let everybody know, first of all, what made you want to join Peachy Tea Time Network on Roku TV?
Well, I wanted to join because I actually see your vision. The missus with the kids. I see your vision. I see where you're going, boo. And the fact that you are a African-American woman who's out here trying to do something that is really not designed, I'm going to say, for the African-American community as far as being on networks and being on TV and talking about, the crimes as you do. So I really was like, I need to really link up with her because I believe in what she's doing. And you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
And then you're taking, newcomers, new entrepreneurs such as myself, and you're giving us a platform to grow. A lot of people, once they get in, they don't necessarily want to open up the door for the next person. But baby, you opening up the door, and I appreciate you tremendously.
Thank you so much, Mikey. I really appreciate that. Words of encouragement like that definitely is what keeps me going. Me and Mikey, we talk a lot, especially when we're trying to get this together. I didn't just reach out to her and say, hey, Mikey, you want to join? And that's it. Let me know when you're ready. We have meetings, don't we, Mikey?
Yes. We have meetings, baby. We get it together.
Yes, we have meetings. I'm not gonna let nobody come on Peachy Tea Time Network blindsided at all. Just like the only difference with me is I had to figure it out, TIKA and Mikey. I didn't have nobody to help me. My friends wasn't doing this. Some of my friends were looking at me like I was crazy. And then I had some friends that was like, no, keep going. So I had to figure this out. And I said, whenever I get a platform to where I can bring others on, I'm going to bring them on and I'm going to help them and show them how to get it done just as well. So I definitely appreciate you, Mikey, for accepting the challenge and coming on board with Peachy Tea Time Network. I'm so thankful, so thankful. Let everybody know briefly what they will be getting from you.
Okay, what you'll be getting from me is you're going to get the whole experience. It's going to be a fitness. It's going to be at-home, easy at-home workout. I want people to fall in love with fitness just as I have. I want people to not be intimidated by working out. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to get a membership. You can lose the weight. You can get healthy right in your living room. And I'm going to come on and show you some easy exercises. We're going to target certain areas of the body. We're going to learn how to eat healthy. We're going to learn how to, make better decisions, healthier decisions. And we're going to do it all right in our living room. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much fun. When I tell you I'm pumped up, I'm pumped up. For real. For real. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I can't wait. And now, Mikey, you also got juices, right?
I do. Baby, when I tell you it's a whole fitness experience over here at Melt Me Fitness, okay? You're going to get your workout. You're going to get your meal prep ideas. You're going to get your detox juices, baby. You're going to get your supplements. You're going to get your all-natural skincare products. When I tell you I'm not playing, I'm not playing.
Girl, you better say it.
And I have got to make the world a healthier place, one product at a time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I have to. This is a vision that he gave me. This is the purpose and the passion that he has given me. So I got to go forward with it. I got to. And just like my slogan for my juices, God does the healing. I just make the juice.
Hey, girl. Say that one more again.
God does the healing. I just make the juice.
Now, y'all know my favorite. Hold on, Mikey. Hold on, Mikey. Hold on 1 second. Y'all know my favorite shout out. I got to say it. Shout out to God. Well, Mikey.
I'm just here to get the people pumped up. I'm just here to get the people excited about working out. Like I said, you don't have to have expensive equipment. You don't have to have a gym membership. We can do it all right here at the crib. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it easy. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
You know what? You're going to fall in love with fitness just like I did.
All right. Now, and Mikey's not just coming on here as this skinny person. Oh, I forgot to show y'all who is Mikey. Here's Mikey right here. Mikey is not, this is who's on the phone right now. She's beautiful.
Yes.
Now, Mikey was not always this size. Correct, Mikey?
Oh, no, I definitely was not that size.
She's like, oh, no.
I actually was my biggest, largest weight, I was at 217 pounds.
Okay.
So I have lost, I'm actually at 70 pounds lost, and I did that on my own. No personal trainer, no gym. I'm telling you, I did all of that right in my living room. I fell in love with fitness so much, I went out and got certified as a personal trainer because I said, if I can feel this good losing the weight, I need to learn how to teach people how to feel this way too. So I'm a certified personal trainer as well.
All right. Well, Mikey, thank you so much for calling in. You all would definitely be seeing a lot of Mikey on Peachy Tea Time and on the Roku Network under her own Melt Me Fitness, baby. So we are all just one big happy family. Again, Mikey is a person that I did not know just as well. I met her once before at a pop-up shop, and Mikey ended up making a post months later. And I reached out because of the post, and we just linked up ever since then. She's not here in Atlanta with me, but when I tell you, we are like one big family now, plus the other people that will be joining just as well, one big family. So, Mikey, thank you so much. We got to get back to TIKA, baby, and the rest of our clips, baby. So make sure you keep watching.
Congratulations. I'm excited to learn from her.
I'm ready, baby, and I'm watching the rest of the show, so let's get back into it.
All right. TIKA said congratulations, and she is so excited to learn from you.
Awesome. I'm here. Hey, I'm here. I'm here to teach you.
All right.
And I love you, sis, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, love you too. Bye. All right, y'all. All right. That was Mikey, which is who you see on the screen right now. She will be joining the Roku Network in February, I think it is. I think it's the month of February she'll be joining. We will have another special person that will be coming on to probably make a phone call on on a future show that will actually be starting in January. Okay. And he's going to be doing animation. So, baby, when I tell you, Tika, all I can say is everybody keep praying for me. Keep praying for the Roku TV network. And just keep us uplifted. Bring on the encouragement audit, because that's what we need.
Are you about to blow up?
I blow up. Here I come, Nancy Grace. Here I come.
That for you, girl.
Thank you so much. Now we got to get into our next clip. Tika, this was quite interesting to me. Now, Tika, there is a private chat on the site. I forgot to tell you this during the show. There's a private chat down there. Only me and you can see it. So if something happens to where you got to get off, please let me know in the private chat, and then we'll go from there, okay? But here is a clip that was quite interesting to me. A mother of 5 that was murdered. But how it happened is what threw me for a loop, Tika. Here we go.
Well, I've spoken to the victim's family. They are understandably distraught, searching for answers in this case. Now, police are using surveillance footage that you're about to see in our story to help track down the shooter. This is the van at the center of the Milwaukee Police Department's investigation from a fatal shooting over the weekend. Surveillance footage shows 36-year-old Nyesha Liggins and a man shopping around inside a Citgo gas station near 107th and Heather around 10:30 Sunday morning. The video shows the mother of 5 pay at the register and leave with the man getting into the vehicle, but moments later shows her rush out of the van with a gunshot wound to her abdomen. Someone in the van shuts the door after her and drives off. We've stopped the video the moment Liggins runs back into the gas station. It goes on to show her bleed out on the floor.
The only thing I know is my 9-year-old calling me screaming, saying that her mom been gone for too long and she ain't answering the phone.
The father of 3 of Liggins' kids asked us not to show his face, so he tells me she was about to become a grandmother and was fiercely loved.
Just still hoping that it's a joke or it's a prank. But Nyesha had a big heart. Like Nyesha always put those that's around her before herself.
Police now honing in on this vehicle and whoever's inside it.
So Caroline, they're obviously searching for the vehicle, and police say no arrests have been made in this case yet as well?
Right, Joyce, and I talked to multiple family members who tell me the man Liggins is shopping with in the gas station is her boyfriend, though the video does not show who shot her. Surveillance footage 12 News obtained shows step-by-step what happened Sunday morning. It shows Nyesha Liggins and her boyfriend shopping inside the Citgo gas station near 107th and Heather around 10 o'clock. They briefly chat with a man behind them as they waited to pay and then go outside and climb into the side of a parked van. Moments later, the video shows the Milwaukee mother of 5 leap out of the van with a gunshot wound to her abdomen. Someone inside it closes the door behind her and drives off.
All you hear is I'll say about probably 9 to 10 shots at the most, I'll say.
One witness, the man who briefly chatted with the couple inside, saw it all.
I knew that it was coming from the van because I seen the guy that she came out the gas station with. I seen his legs kicking and like somebody was swarming in the car.
The witness knows police have not found the shooter and doesn't want to be identified. He remembers Liggins collapsing on the gas station floor, bleeding out.
She gets out the van, she runs in the gas station. The only thing that she was able to say, she said, "I got kids, please help me."
Initially, authorities only reported Liggins' death, but Tuesday, police discovered the missing van near 22nd and McKinley, along with a 50-year-old man shot to death. MPD says they're now searching for a third person in this case. Our witness says he saw the third person crouching in the front passenger seat of the van facing the back as Liggins and her boyfriend calmly got inside. You think that they were expecting that guy to be in there? Like they knew he was...
Yeah, they knew he was in there. I am traumatized. I haven't been able to sleep, literally. I've been crying, literally. I watched this lady lose her life.
Caroline joins us now. And Caroline, police have not released the name of the second person they found dead?
No, Joyce, they have not. They're simply saying that they found a person who was a man to be 50 years old, though loved ones of Liggins tell me they recall her boyfriend being in his 50s, Joyce.
More information and the search for the suspect in the days to come. Caroline Ryan.
Baby, That was woo. That's all I can say. That was woo. Like, did you see how she just leap back out and run back in? I wish she would have made it. I wish she would have made it.
Very sad.
Very, very sad.
And they had children, you know, their children ain't gonna have that parent no more. Like we was talking about, children gonna have stuff in common to talk about. I
Yep,
never
you
thought
remember
of
I said that. Yep.
this. I'm like, oh, that sounds so bad.
It does. It does. And like he said, the gentleman that was in the store, they knew who was in that car. So the person that killed them, they knew them. They was happy in the gas station, laughing and talking with the guy, and went and got right in that van. Now, Miss Joyce, you said it earlier about it probably was a drug. It had something to do with drugs. That's what I think this was. That's what I think this was. I think this has something to do with drugs. I really do. Everything is allegedly tonight on my show, but this is my personal opinion. Why else would this have happened? You know, if it was somebody that was after them, they wouldn't have got in that van. And I don't know what else nowadays, Tika, what people killing folks for. You know what I'm saying? If both of them are a couple and they get into this van with these people, whoever's in that van that shot and killed them, something had to have happened with drugs. A bad drug deal went wrong. Why she had to get in, I don't know. I don't know. Unless she just knew these people and she was very comfortable with them. Well, let me go ahead and get in here with my boyfriend and say, hey, what's up to them? Maybe they didn't think she was going to get in, Tika. You know? Maybe this was just for him only. And she done got in and messed everything up. Not to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. She done messed up the whole drug deal. So
She was a witness, though.
She was a witness, exactly. Exactly. She was a witness. And in most cases, witnesses gotta go too. It's so sad to say it like that. But they gotta go too. That's the game that they playing now out here in these streets. But she got out. She made it out. But she was shot in the abdomen. And there was nothing that could be done. And then you gotta think about it. For them to, and this is just all my theory, Tika. For them to do it at this particular gas station, if they was at a different let's say they was in the white people neighborhood at a gas station, this happened, the ambulance and the police probably would have got there in enough time.
Right.
To save her. They said she bled out in the store, in the gas station. So they probably didn't get there fast enough.
Right.
You know? So my heart goes out to this family, to the family and to the friends. It's such a sad situation. Hey, Duncan. Yes. Sad situation.
It is.
And this was a mother of 5 kids.
Yeah.
5 kids.
I couldn't imagine.
Somebody got to take care of these 5 kids, Tika.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine growing up without my mother.
Me either. My mother or my father. You know, I had both parents in my life. You know, my parents, they got married first. They didn't live together first. They got married. My mom's adopted father was a preacher. You know, so they didn't live together first. They got married first. Then they had their kids. You know, so they did everything the right way. And I'm thankful and I'm blessed that I was able to do things the right way. Well, no, I didn't, Tika. I had to take that back. I didn't. I shacked up, Tika. I shacked up. But Tika, that was my era. No, we was doing it my era. It was the cool thing to do. It was the cool thing to do, baby.
You hear me?
What you say?
I'm just gone. I ain't got nothing to say. I said I wasn't perfect.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect, baby. Ain't nobody perfect. You know, we just try to live right.
Right.
Try. You know what I'm saying? And God notices that.
Right.
You know.
The best we can do. That's all. You know. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting better though.
Exactly. Look, Fred. Hey, Fred. Fred is from Africa.
He laughing at us.
He laughing at us, yeah. He crying laughing at us.
Right.
Yes,
Good.
but Fred is actually from Africa watching.
Oh,
So,
hey, Fred. My daughter
yeah.
on here and my sister on here.
All right. Tell me their names.
Lachey Alexander. That's my daughter. And my sister Ty Brad. She on here.
All right. Shout out to Lachey and shout out to Sis Ty.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, they comment in the comments talking about Ty called me Tika May.
oh, that's who that was. Tika
Yeah,
May.
Tika May. That's just about me.
Well, what
Yeah,
I'm
just
going
calling
to
me
do. That is so funny. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you guys want to pull on up, feel free to pull up. What I call it is the Uber. Tika. I call it the Uber. The Uber is coming through. Now, in order to do to get on, you have to be on YouTube. Okay, because I'm only gonna put the link on in the YouTube. Okay, they are watching from YouTube, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm only gonna put it in the YouTube link. So if you guys want to pull up on us, you can pull up on us because it's the fan takeover.
Scary.
What'd you say?
I said they probably being scary.
They probably are, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna put it up in there anyway.
Ty is hardly shy though, but I'm just saying to probably get up on here.
Well, it is in the link. If y'all want to join, feel free to join. It is in the link. Okay, all you gotta do is click on it, put your name, scroll down, and then you will see where it says Enter Backstage. And you will not pop up on the screen. You'll pop up down at the bottom, and I'll see you, and I'll introduce you up, baby. I'll introduce you up. You come kick it with us. Come on and kick it with us. All right, we finna get into this next one. Tika, did you hear about the postal worker that got shot and killed?
Was it I heard about was it a lady? I think it was.
It was a man.
It's a man.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Girl, it looked like they're in Chicago. And when I tell y'all it's so much snow, y'all finna see it's so much snow. Who in the world is out there in the snow trying to kill somebody besides killers? Them who? Because I'm trying to be warm at home if I got to be out in the snow like that. And I ain't got to be out in the snow like that, baby, because I'm in the ATL. I almost said ATL, but then I just thought about Jamal Bryant. But these hoes ain't loyal. I will not say it. What I say? Ton of spit and everything. It's live, baby.
You got me
live
over here.
Yeah, I hope they ain't see it on camera.
I didn't see it. Maybe they missed.
I swear I hope y'all didn't see it, but y'all know because I told y'all. But let's get into this postal worker. It's sad that, we're out there, we're doing what we're supposed to do, working and everything, and we have to take a risk with our lives getting killed because we are doing our jobs. And Tika, they actually said that it's a lot of this going on because they trying to get checks. They trying to steal credit cards and all that from the postal workers. So here we go.
Milwaukee mail carrier Andre Cross went from laughing along his route on Friday to being shot and killed just hours later. No motive and no arrest yet, but surveillance video shows two suspects running to a silver SUV and taking off.
I saw him that night, that evening, and he was singing to himself, he was walking up to the door.
Neighbors and co-workers heartbroken.
He was a good person, had 3 beautiful kids, a wife. Andre came to work every day with a smile on his face. If you were sad, he's going to make sure you're going to get a smile. He's going to make you laugh.
A $50,000 reward is now being offered in the case, one of a rash of attacks on postal carriers nationwide.
They are traumatized. They're doing their job. You're at work delivering the mail,
someone comes up and stick a gun to you for some arrow keys.
In Chicago, a frightening pattern, at least 5 such incidents since August. Many of the thieves trying to get their hands on so-called arrow keys, which unlock centralized community mailboxes. Others simply prying mailboxes open with the goal of committing identity theft.
They're looking for checks. They're looking for credit cards.
In Atlanta, 232 attacks from January 2019 to this past July. And in Orlando, at least 6 attacks in the last 6 months. Back in Milwaukee, Andre Cross's brother just wants answers.
We're hanging in there, taking it day by day. Andre is my little brother. And we're hurt, really hurt.
Some mail carriers say higher mail volume has forced them to work 12 to 14-hour shifts, requiring more deliveries after dark, making the job more dangerous.
That's sad. And these are government jobs, y'all. For those that don't know, you know, everybody would love to have a government job, Tika. You know what I'm saying? These are government jobs, and you're still not safe.
Yeah, my daughter used to work for the post office. And hearing this, I'm so glad when she got hired up to got a higher position as a manager, but she was delivering mail when she first started. So I just thank God that nothing transpired with her.
Exactly.
And
Was you worried at the time?
No, I wasn't, because I didn't hear about none of this happening. You know what I mean? So, but it's scary now to think about it. That I'm just glad my daughter wasn't a victim.
Exactly. Like you just said, I've never heard about that until this clip right here, that a postal worker was shot and killed. It was a young lady. It was a young lady, but everybody is under the impression that her baby daddy killed her. You know, because he had took the car and brought it back. All this, there was so many clues. But as far as just somebody random killing a male person, no, I've never ever heard of it until then. And they said 232 attacks was done here in Atlanta, and I ain't hear nothing about it. Never ever heard about it here in Atlanta at all. So my prayers are with y'all. My prayers are with that family just as well, and my prayers are with all the mail carriers. Yes. You know, I didn't know it was that serious. That people, I know they go into your mailboxes and stuff like that, but I didn't know that they actually would try to attack a mail person, a mailman, you might as well say.
Right.
Get credit cards and checks. Like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy. Right. Yeah. So we finna get into our next topic. This one right here, I started off telling you guys about on Saturday. We had a little bit too many clips. So I just showed y'all briefly of one, and I really want to talk about it. Tika, it's a lot of Black women that's getting killed by the police officers. We all know about Breonna Taylor. But we didn't know about Breonna Taylor until it became nationwide news. And I think this is another case that never made a nationwide news, but it definitely should have. Definitely should have. So I want to show y'all. I'm going to do a couple clips back to back. And then we'll get into the next clip after me and Tika give our commentary on this. Tika, I don't know if you heard about this one or not, but it's not good. It's not good at all. We all have to make sure that we're safe. We all have to make sure what we're doing when we grab our firearms as women, even as men too, but as women, because you don't find too many women just pulling out a firearm. You know, we see hear about a lot of men doing it, you know, killing each other. And it is some women out there that will pull out a firearm on another woman, but you just don't too much hear about it. So my prayers goes out to this family of Auntie Tay. Here we go.
She's always told us that she was going to change the world and everyone was going to know her name.
Now, her name is a cry for justice from people who learned about her life because of her death.
She always had our back.
Amber and R.C. Carr admired their younger sister, Atatiana, who they called Tay. The three of them, along with their brother, Adarius, made up what their mother referred to as the A-Team. Atatiana grew up in Dallas. That's where her faith grew too. Her family says Tay accepted Christ in her life at an early age, joining Full Gospel Holy Temple in Dallas. Atatiana lived in Oak Cliff before moving north, where she graduated from Lake Highlands High in 2010. Her family says she had an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and took learning seriously.
She was a smart, ambitious, kind person.
Atatiana continued excelling at Xavier University in Louisiana. She enrolled in the biology program.
Hi, my name is Atatiana Jefferson, and I'm doing Lab Exercise 5.
And earned a Bachelor of Science. Atatiana went on to work in pharmaceutical equipment sales. Her dream was to become a medical professional and help others.
We should be probably celebrating her finishing medical school, having sibling trips.
On October 12, 2019, on East Allen Avenue in Fort Worth, James Smith called the Fort Worth Police non-emergency line for a welfare check on his neighbor.
It's not normal for them to have both the doors open this late that long. I made the call because I thought that they were going to do what I called them to do, check on my neighbor.
But just after 2 a.m., as Atatiana played video games with her 8-year-old nephew, Officer Aaron Dean walked to their backyard. Body camera video shows he failed to announce himself. And when Atatiana appeared in the window with a gun she had legally for protection, Dean fired within seconds, killing her. Atatiana was 28 years old. Her death sparked protests in Fort Worth and across the country.
Black Lives Matter!
Her 8-year-old nephew who witnessed the shooting carried signs and called for justice.
Justice for Atatiana Jefferson!
He feels like he has the weight of the world on his shoulder. You try to remind him he's still a child.
No comment. Aaron Dean resigned from Fort Worth PD and prosecutors charged him with murder.
Today is about Atatiana Jefferson.
In August 2021, Fort Worth City Council voted to rename an East Side main thoroughfare Atatiana Jefferson Memorial Parkway. Months later, they proclaimed October 12th as Tay Day.
This is about celebrating her life.
More than 3 years have passed since Atatiana's death. Her mother, Yolanda Carr,
I'm so glad that the day finally indicted that man on murder because he murdered my baby.
They wanted me to be strong.
Her father,
I have to be strong.
Marquise Jefferson,
my mission is not over.
Will never see justice for their daughter. Both died awaiting trial.
I really can't call her. I really can't just pop up at her house.
No, he's making a video of us.
The family members that remain finally closing in on their day in court.
We all just want justice for our loved one.
All right, you guys. So I wanted to show y'all that first. This actually happened in 2019, but the trial is going on right now. Okay, right now as we speak, the trial has started. So let's get into this next clip.
At 2:25 a.m., Jefferson's neighbor, James Smith, called a non-emergency line asking police to make sure his neighbor was okay.
I explained on the call that there wasn't any violence going on. It was simply a concern for my neighbor.
Officer Aaron Dean arrived at the home at 2:29. His body camera video shows the 36-year-old second-year officer first looked through the front door, then walked to the side. Inside, Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew, Zion. About 1 minute after first getting to the home, Dean gets to the back, never announcing his presence or that he was a police officer. Court documents say Jefferson heard someone creeping in her backyard, grabbed her gun, and opened the blinds.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
The single shot Dean fired killed Jefferson.
Shots fired, sorry, supervisor. People say, well, James, it's not your fault. You're not your fault. But I made the call. I made the call because I thought that they were going to do what I called them to do. Check on my neighbor. And they didn't do that.
This is a pelvic cavity here.
Nobody looked at that video and said there's any doubt that this officer acted inappropriately.
At first, Fort Worth police shared photos of Jefferson's gun, but later called that a mistake.
The gun is irrelevant. She was in her own home, caring for an 8-year-old nephew.
Dean never gave police investigators any reason why he fired.
Had the officer not resigned, I would have fired him for violations of several policies, including our use of force policy.
2 days after the killing,
At approximately 6 p.m., Aaron Dean was arrested for the murder of Miss Jefferson.
She was in her own place and shot and killed her. That is not only unacceptable, that's murder.
No comment.
Jefferson was the 6th person Fort Worth police killed in a 5-month span of 2019.
But I'm here to let you know your city is hurting.
Tika. Nah, we ain't on mute, y'all. We ain't on mute. Tika, this bothers me. And it bothers me the most because, I mean, of course, because she was murdered, but it bothers me the most because Tika, it's not nationwide.
It was. I know about it. Actually, as we went on break, I got because I was there to support the family.
Oh wow!
Yes, I met her family. They had like a kind of like a celebration or like a thing over there, and they
like a visual.
Like something like that. Yeah, people came over there and did spoken words and sing, open mic off. They had a nice little gathering for her, and then actually my sister that's on the live, brother did my brother he did a video. He made a video of us walking down the street, and then I had my post our brother name on it. So yeah, it was a big deal here in Texas because that's not too far from us.
Exactly. I forgot you was in Texas too. Yes, yes. I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about it until it just happened to pop up on my YouTube channel. And go ahead.
Same year my brother, 2019.
Yep, 2019. Exactly. And I do have the clip of the officer Aaron, and what he had to say during trial. But before I play that, I want y'all to understand that Tika, I don't want to sound like, oh, Tennille thinks she the shit or the missus thinks she the shit. She think her show is all that. It's not that at all, Tika. I really feel like the more we push stuff, the more people will know. If people don't know, Tika, and everybody that's watching, none of this stuff will get covered. It will be pushed under the rugs, and these white officers will go ahead about their day, continue to make their money.
Yeah, they sweep a lot of stuff under the rug. A lot of kidnappings.
Yes,
heard about Memphis. A lot of kidnappings been of teenagers in Memphis, and I saw that, and I'm like, my God, on TikTok.
And nobody covers that type of stuff.
It's been on TikTok. That's where I saw that. So a lot of stuff I try to share, without drowning people with too much sadness. But this is what's going on around the world,
Exactly. And that's another thing. Like, I have friends that don't watch my show because they feel like they just can't handle, all the deaths and all the crime that's going on around the world. But somebody got to bring it. Somebody got to bring it. I mean, there's no way. Like Tika was just talking about, and Tika, I'm finna show it on the screen because, like you, I shared it. This is what Tika's talking about. All these people that y'all see. Let me see if I click on it.
It's a lot of them.
Yes.
A lot of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, we ain't done 9, 10, 11. Now we're back to the first person. And the thing about this that was so interesting, and I'm gonna cover this, Tika, it's just that to have this many kids, I got to do research on this.
Too many.
So that's why I have not brought it to them yet, but I did see it and I did share it. But the thing about this that was so interesting was that it was it was in a week's time, or 2 weeks time that all these kids is missing.
I'm not exactly sure, but I just know. I know it haven't. I know it's been like a month.
Yeah. Let me see if I can read it, because I know he the guy that posted it, he's the one that actually. Let me see. Hold on, y'all, because he's the one that actually said how long it's been. Hold on, I'm almost there. Y'all know I post some of everything on my page. Okay, here it is right here. It say, look, folks, look at the dates. Not one of you people ain't said a word. Don't even care really, because it's not one of your family. More things change, more things stay the same. But all of these kids were missing in the month of November. Let me make it bigger so y'all can see. Oh, it's making it smaller. But it says he was missing since November 25th, 2022. And all these kids that I just showed y'all was missing in November.
That's my birthday. Oh.
That's your birthday, girl?
November 25th, yes.
Okay, we finna move on. November 27th. She has been missing since November 27th. Like, all of these kids has been missing in November 29th. This one, November 30th. Both of them missing. This one, he been missing since December 1st. December 3rd. December 1st. So this is all within a week's time.
Yeah, it is.
And this is in Memphis. Mm-hmm. Girl, I'm telling you, girl, ever since Young Dolph been gone, it's like Memphis just went crazy. They just went crazy. And y'all know I show a lot of clips from Memphis of people getting murdered. I just never did the story of Young Dolph. I never did that story. So let's get back into Tatiana. That's crazy. I did not tell TIKA that we was going to be covering this story with Atatiana. I didn't tell her that.
You didn't tell me really. You just said
I did.
So I didn't know what I was up against.
Yeah, I do that purposely because I want the real, true reaction from my guests that come on. You know, can you show that?
The candle.
Is that a candle?
Yes, that's the picture you showed of her with her laying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all look at there. She got the candle.
Yes.
So let's go ahead. Again, this trial is going on right now. I'm going to cover it all the way to the end. All the way to the end.
And may her family get justice.
Yes. Yes. We are praying. And to me, it sounds like they will definitely get justice. Like even the police department, whoever that man was, he even said he would have fired him if he would have stayed on. You know, so I really, really do believe that they're gonna get justice. I really do. And he had no answer, TIKA, on why he shot her. Like no answer at all. But when y'all hear what he says, it just put chills down in my body. So I'm gonna play this next clip. After this next clip, then that's when you will hear from Aaron. Okay? Here we go.
The prosecution rested its case after calling 6 witnesses today. The last witness on the stand was Ashley Carr, Atatiana Jefferson's sister. During her testimony, they showed these new photos of her. One of them smiling and laughing with Zion, another one with her by the water. Now, her sister talked about how Atatiana graduated from Xavier University. Prosecutors rapidly went through expert witnesses, including a detective, 2 crime scene experts, a paramedic, and the medical examiner. The defense grilled the crime scene investigators about how they processed the scene and did they preserve the evidence properly. The paramedic testified that when he arrived on the scene, Atatiana was in distress. He says he helped perform CPR and other life-saving measures for about 20 minutes. He says her oxygen level was about 36%, and they couldn't do anything to revive her. The medical examiner testified even if this had happened in an operating room, Atatiana most likely would not have survived the wounds. She was shot in the heart. They also talked about how she had diabetes. Her sister says that's why Atatiana wanted to go back to school to become a doctor.
She wanted to find the cure of diabetes because she's had it since she was very young.
The defense is up next. Their case is expected to begin Monday morning. They cannot start until then because one of their expert witnesses cannot be here until then. This case could go to the jury as soon as Wednesday. In Fort Worth.
All right, y'all. Don't worry. TK ain't went nowhere. She's still down there. But I just wanted to make sure y'all knew. This is the clip that I'm finna play right now. This is Aaron Dean. He is the guy that murdered her. Murdered Atatiana. And this is what he had to say in court. Again, this is real time, y'all. It happened in 2019, but the trial is going on right now. Okay, so this is real time. And yes, Fred, he can't even say that it was a mistake. He ain't saying shit. But here we go.
Well, as I said, I needed to see that person's hands because the hands carry weapons. The hands are the threat to us. So I looked back after I got my light on, saw the silhouette again, and I was shouting at this time, shouting commands. Put up your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. And as I started to get that second phrase out, show me your hands, I saw the silhouette. I was looking right down the barrel of a gun. And when I saw the barrel of that gun pointed at me, I fired a single shot from my duty weapon. And immediately had the flash from the muzzle reflecting off the window, and of course, as my weapon recoiled, the light was bouncing back in my face, so I couldn't see. When my vision cleared, then I observed the person that we now know as Miss Jefferson. I heard her scream and saw her fall like this, and I knew that I'd shot that person.
Aaron, when you first picked up this firearm pointed at you, how close to the window were you?
Picked up, you mean saw?
Yeah.
Visually picked up. Very close. Not any more than arm's length.
This may be an obvious question, but I need to ask you. You see the weapon. Is it in Silhouette's hand? What do you see?
I just saw the silhouette of the person and the gun. I don't recall seeing hands, but I did see that weapon pointed at me.
You're not saying the gun's on the floor?
No, the gun was pointed directly at me.
About how high up on the silhouette with the gun in your mind you were looking at this?
Maybe mid-chest? I'm not sure.
You had your city-issued firearm out at this point. Is that true?
Yes.
You're giving or in the process of giving commands. Why didn't you let the commands finish out?
Because we're taught to meet deadly force with deadly force. We're not taught that we have to wait. Anytime we have a threat of deadly force, we can use deadly force to defend ourselves or someone else from that threat of deadly force.
Really got me going. Go on and take a bow. Go on and take a bow. I must say, that was very entertaining. But now it's time to go. I can't remember exactly how the song goes, but that's supposed to be Rihanna. I mean, that was stage performance, baby. Stage performance. Let's give him a round of applause. Really got me going. I'm like, Fred, where is the tears? Why the tears? And it wasn't even no tears falling down. But let me play. We ain't done. We ain't done. This is the last clip right here, y'all. This is the his partner that was with him that night. Here she goes.
Y'all go around and go to the front, and then you go inside, and I hear your voice before his making some announcements of some sort.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what you said?
From the video, I said hands up.
And why are you saying hands up?
I can't tell you exactly why I said hands up. I don't know if I was in a heightened state of adrenaline, and that's the last thing I heard, so I said it too. But I wanted to announce that we were coming in the house.
And why would you want to announce you're coming into the house?
So anyone else that's in the house knows that we're coming in.
When we see you guys, well, specifically we can see the defendant going and pointing into some of those other rooms before we actually go to that back bedroom. What is that called, and why is he doing it?
It's clearing, and he's doing it to make sure that there is no one hiding with a gun, waiting in a room to shoot us or to get one of us, you know.
Get back in the back bedroom. What is your priority when you get back there? What do you do?
As soon as I came through the door, I heard the baby, and that became my sole focus.
What did you do with him?
I got him to come to me. We went down the hallway. I remembered that it was cold outside because I had my jacket on, and there was a blanket on the back of the couch. So I wrapped him up and I went and stood on the curb with him so that he didn't have to see what was going on.
All right, y'all. That was her. Now I will say this: she did say, and I didn't have that on there because that was very long, very, very long. You could just imagine. But she did say that she did not hear him announce anything. That he was an officer. He's coming around the back. But Tika, let's go back to the beginning for a second, where the black man said he called the police. He called the non-emergency line because the front door of his neighbor house had been open. And he was like, it ain't been open like this. Not all day like this. Or I ain't going to say all day. But the door had been open. The front door had been open for a long amount of time. I'll say that. And he thought something was wrong. Instead of him going over there checking on him, he called the police. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything that man did wrong. But what I will say is this. They had the nephew on the stand. I did not show that clip. I did not cut it up, make it look cute and all that to show on PEACHY Time because he's a child. And I just didn't feel like it was necessary to put it on the show. But what I will tell y'all is this, which is going to blow y'all mind. Why was that door open? Guess why the door was open, Tika? You probably already know.
I don't.
The door was open because her and her nephew had been cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And being that they was playing the game at the same time, because I heard them say they were playing the game. Being that they were playing the game, the food, he was making hamburgers. And the hamburgers was burning. So that's why they had the door open to let the smoke out.
Mm-hmm.
But they had it open for so long, it caused the neighbor to be like, something ain't right. So he called non-emergency number and told them there's no violence, nothing going on, but just the door is open. Now, why the officer did not go in the door, because the door was open when we saw that with the body cam, why he didn't go in the front door and say, hello, I'm the police. What's going on in here? None of that. He just looked, turn around, and go towards the back. Do I think he wanted to kill somebody that day? Probably not. Do I think he wanted to kill Atatiana that day? Probably not. I think, just like they said, Atatiana came, she had her pistol, something going on, I hear something, and I'm finna bring my pistol with me. But if he would announce himself like he was supposed to do, then Atatiana could have possibly still been alive today. What do you think about this, Tika?
Yeah, I don't think he took the proper measures to, like, the partner could have went and knocked at the door. He could have been at the back just to make sure somebody came, off to the side to secure that area in the back, while his partner up there knocking on the door and making to see if somebody come to the door to to give them to know they need to come in or stay where he had position to make sure nobody run out the back of the house. Not to go up and then announce yourself, No, who know who you are? Don't nobody know who you are. It's dark. It was kind of dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
Yeah. So you in a black uniform.
And I don't blame her at all.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a pistol and somebody is lurking around your house, 9 times out of 10, you better pull it. You better get it. Because you don't know who it is. And she didn't even start off firing. That's the crazy part about it. She didn't even try to fire. She just... Oh, and let me say this too. The nephew, when it occurred in 2019, the nephew back then, which is what, 3 years ago? 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, 3 years ago. The nephew back then said that she drew the gun up. Now in court, he's saying that she did not draw the gun up. So right now, they don't know if they're going to be able to use his statements and everything. I'm not going to say that's good or bad, because either way it go, he's a child. A child. They should definitely listen to him, but even if he changed something up, it should be okay, because he's a child, But I guess, Tika, you could have family members that, tell him, you need to say this. You need to say that. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying this particular family did it, but you do have family members that would, try to embed into these kids. You need to be telling this. You need to be saying that. So anything could have happened in these 3 years. So right now, they're saying they don't know if he's going to be credible.
Proper protocol, yeah.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, Tika, one thing that I'm a firm believer in is God. And he has the last say so.
Yes.
He has the last say so. So that ends that story with Atatiana. But before we end this whole police officer killing a black woman, we got one more, Tika. We got one more. That an officer has killed a black woman. But guess what? They suing the city of Detroit for $50 million. The police department. They suing the police department for $50 million. Tika, do Detroit police officers got $50 million?
They get funds from everywhere.
Yeah.
They may.
Yeah. Well, they suing for $50 million. So we're gonna get into this quick commercial. Umika in South Bend, Indiana. Y'all know we got to pay bills over here, baby. We gotta pay some bills. So this is Umika's commercial, and also Peachy Tea Time products is sold in her boutique just as well. So here we go, and we're gonna go straight into this $50 million lawsuit on Detroit. Okay, y'all know I'm from Michigan. I'm from Saginaw, right up in there, and they want $50 million. Here we go. Now I literally made that commercial for her, so I'm gonna remake it again and put some Peachy products, Peachy products on the commercial. When she sent me all the stuff, my products was actually not selling in her boutique at the time, so I'm gonna revamp it and put Peach Tea Time stuff in there too. Okay, all right. Now I want to get into these comments because we got some good comments in here about the topic that we was just talking about. Then we're gonna get into the 50 milli. Duncan said, "I love Duncan." Hey, Duncan. Tika, I don't know Duncan either, but I love Duncan. She always on the show and she got good comments. She really do. But Duncan said he thought he was going to get away with it. Yeah. I think a lot of white officers feel like they're going to get away with it when they kill our black men and black women.
Because a lot of them have.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. A lot of them have. And if that's their norm, Tika, then what are they to expect? That's what they think is going to happen. Yeah, I get arrested. Yeah, go ahead and take me off the force.
A lot of stuff goes them walls that we're aware of that we
Say
don't
that
get
again.
to hear. I said a lot of stuff goes on in police departments that we don't get to hear and made aware of. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, because even where for my brother, they were making comments to the other African American black officers, racist comments, and a lot of that came out, when my brother case came up.
In your brother's case, a lot of people knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Eric Logan case, a lot of people knew about it, but still justice has not been served.
Oh.
So
Right.
Say that again.
We may not see justice served through the court, but we're gonna see it with God's action.
Girl, you better say it. You better say it. Duncan says, I think he wanted to kill someone. Otherwise, why have your gun cocked and ready? I mean, I don't know, Tika, because as a police officer, I've never been a police officer, but they are supposed to be ready at all times. Her front door was open. They was in there playing the game, but they didn't know that. But the front door was open. They got a call. It was not an emergency, but they did say that the car did come over. They gonna say anything, Tika. They gonna say something. But they said the car that came over, it really didn't come across as non-emergency. It came across as something else. But at the end of the day,
an emergency. How it come across an emergency? It's not you call it non-emergency. You just want to do a wellness check. That's it.
Wellness check, yep.
So they gonna turn that into nothing into something. No, it's just a simple wellness check. In my opinion, both of them officers should have been at the front door.
Yep. It was open.
Yeah, it was open. They should have been knocking at the front door.
Or just walk right on in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after a while, if didn't nobody respond to the knock at the door, then yes, you enter. And then, you make the call and let them know what you're doing.
But the door is already open, Tika. So since the door is already open, they should have been going in. Hello, this is the police. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. Was the screen door unlocked? I'm not sure the screen door was locked. The door was open, but it was a screen door.
It was a screen door, and I'm sure that screen door wasn't open.
So all they had to do was it probably was locked, and all they had to do was just knock at it.
That's all they had to do.
That's all. Yeah, just knock at the door. Let somebody come to the door. If they don't come to the door in a certain amount of time, okay, you head to that back. Or, y'all enter, whatever. You call for backup. Let him, one in the front, one in the back, and wait till they backup come and then proceed to enter the house.
Exactly. And the officer that was the partner, the young lady, to me, it sounds like, and I could be wrong, but to me, it sounds like she's trying to cover up for the officer. But at the same time, I'm trying to tell a little bit of the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because she said she did not hear him announce. But at the same time, Aaron said he was saying all this stuff. Put your gun down. Do this, do that. And that was not done. He just strictly lied.
You see how fast he said, put your gun down. Pop. It was only a matter of seconds in between him saying anything. But how do we know she even heard him? They playing a video game. That TV normally kind of be loud when you playing a video game, and no telling that she was playing music in there either. Like, you know, what noise is going on inside the house? Just because he spoke something, that don't mean she heard it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when he spoke it, like you were saying, when he spoke it, I think they still was back there playing the game. But he saw what he saw. He saw her there. He saw the gun. I believe he saw all of that. But I still think that I don't think Atatiana would have shot. I don't think she would have shot if he would have said, it's the police.
No.
She was just protecting herself and protecting her nephew. Just in
That's
case it was somebody out here acting a fool.
What's her right? You were entitled to have a firearm.
And we don't know what type of neighborhood this was, Atatiana. I mean, I called you Atatiana. Tika, we don't know what type of neighborhood this was. We don't know if this was a bad side of town or... Do you know?
For me, I mean, it seemed like the area was kind of okay, but it's not too far from Stop 6 and, you know, where it's kind of rough, you know, and I think another little part they call over there. I'm not all the way familiar with the names, but yeah, I mean, you know, anything can happen.
No matter where you at.
No matter where you at.
Like, that situation literally could have happened on the white folks side of town. And black folks decided, oh, we living good now. We don't want to be around our peoples. We finna go on over to the white folks now and live even better as we think, because we think the grass is green on the other side. So we finna go over here to the white folks neighborhood. But guess what? It still could have happened over there. Your white neighbor could have called the police and said, it's some black folks that stay next door to me. Don't just open something ain't right. And they could have came over there doing the same exact thing. The same exact thing. So, again, my heart goes out to this family. If you guys are interested in this, just be aware that I will be following this story. Okay. Now, Tika, I'm be honest with you. I wrote Tika and I told Tika, you know, this is going to be the last one. But Tika, we still got a whole bunch of folks up in here. Because you got to remember, Tika, we streaming from 5 different platforms right now. And we popping right now. We popping right now.
I told you, girl, you're going to be popping, girl.
We popping, boo. Now, I did have, the 50 million. We got to get to the 50 million. We ain't do that. This the 50 million, okay? After the 50 million, me and Tika gone. Because I got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I ain't fooling with y'all tonight, Jamar. Jamar be in the comments talking about, keep going. Please keep going. Jamar, this is the last one. And now I do have other clips, but I'm going to save them for Wednesday. But this one, it goes along with a Tatiana story. But it doesn't have anything to do with her, but it's still similar. So here we go.
Detroit police being hit with a new multi-million-dollar lawsuit. This from the family of 27-year-old Kazia Miller and their attorney, Jeffrey Feiger. They're claiming the department and the officers on scene were negligent.
And they want $50 million. Police say the night Miller was shot and killed, she had several weapons, including a gun. But her family says that's not the case. So let's bring in our Grant Herms, who was at today's news conference. And Grant, this is another incident putting DPD and mental health responses in the spotlight.
Yeah, Kimberly, Devin, this is the second lawsuit right here in the second shooting of someone in a mental health crisis by DPD officers in just 2 months. Now, the family and the attorney there of Kyeja Miller say this isn't an attack on police, but they do want to get to the bottom of their daughter's story. The lawsuit telling a different story from the one police told on the night Kyeja Miller was shot. Police say Miller was having a mental health crisis and had attacked her mother and son while wielding a bat, a knife, and a gun. The family and their attorney, Jeffrey Feiger, say she wasn't armed when police tackled and shot her an estimated 4 times, saying she was holding her phone while on Facebook Live, not a gun, as police claim. The family suing for $50 million, alleging negligence by the department's crisis task force.
And the idea that we respond to mental health crises with guns is insanity, and it should not continue, and it should cost, because nobody is paying attention to it unless we make them pay a whole lot of money.
Miller is the second person in a mental health crisis to be shot by Detroit police in as many months. Feiger also representing the family in that case of Porter Burks. He says he still hasn't seen body camera video of that shooting despite a subpoena, and says he's also waiting on video of Miller's killing.
Does police wear body cams? If she had a gun, we'll all be able to see it. Let's see him. Turn it over right now. Show us the body cams of Kyeja with a gun.
Now, Detroit police did not answer my question this afternoon at a separate press conference about this lawsuit. I was told that we'd be getting a statement from them by 5 p.m. today, but so far, Kimberly, have not received that statement. Back to you.
So, Grant, what about the officers involved in the shooting? What do we know about them so far?
Well, Kimberly, all 3 of those officers were recommended by Chief James White to be suspended without pay. And then just recently, the city's Board of Police Commissioners said the sergeant in that case, the administrative officer, will remain suspended but will be getting his pay. The other 2 officers, whose names we don't know right now, they want their cases to be heard in a much more public setting than their sergeants, whose name we also don't know. I should also mention there, those other 2 officers for those cases, those dates and times for those more public settings have not been set just yet, but we will stay on top of this story. Back to you.
We know you will. Okay.
Need to do a job, and they need to care for our people.
A month after 27-year-old Kyeja Miller was shot and killed by Detroit police at her West Side Detroit home, her mom, sister, and grandpa joined their attorney, Jeffrey Feiger, Thursday.
This is not an attack on the police. There are fine police officers, overwhelming number of fine police officers in this state and in this country. However, they are not equipped to handle mental health, for God's sake.
Kyeja, who her family says is schizophrenic, was having a violent episode, attacking her 7-year-old son and mother, Lakeisha Washington Meeks. That's who called DPD to intervene, telling dispatchers Kyeja has a gun and even feared having to shoot her own daughter.
The response is the killing of sick individuals instead of providing mental health care.
You had a gun pointed on me because y'all got a phone call.
Video from Kyeja's own Facebook Live shows officers setting up a perimeter, and within about 45 minutes of the initial 911 call, they moved in after allegedly seeing her with a gun. She was shot and killed. Now Jeffrey Feiger going after the department for $50 million and calling for mental health funding in Michigan after being cut for decades.
To the extent that it is defaulted to the police and to the prison officials.
Shortly after this happened last month, Chief James White held a press conference where he suspended 2 officers and a supervisor out at that scene and put another supervisor on desk duty, voicing concerns over what went on.
I think there's enough evidence here in terms of the suspension of one of the administrative police officers in charge that something untoward happened here.
Feiger does not think the gun was near her when officers moved in. Seen here in video, Kyeja was screaming. You can hear officers say, "Don't reach for a gun." The attorney asking DPD to release the officer's body camera footage.
If she had a gun, we'll all be able to see it. Let's see him. Turn it over right now. Show us the body cams of Kyeja with a gun.
Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
We ain't on mute. We ain't on mute. We trying to gather our thoughts. That's what we trying to do. Like, Tika, like that white man said, I'm just gonna call it like it is. Like that white man said, if she had a gun, play the video, we'll see. But the family saying it was just a cell phone.
That's why they're not releasing the video, because they will immediately release the video once they've been investigated. They'll release it to the public so they can see it. But it's just like I said with my brother. They claim he didn't turn the camera on at all. He didn't feel danger. But you get a call for breaking and entering in a car.
That's crazy.
And it's another man, I can't think of his name, but he had issues, and they just shot and killed him in South Bend, Indiana, about a little while ago. I don't know if you heard about that one. I'm going to have to get for you on that one.
Please give me that information.
Yeah, it's just like they be forgetting these people. They're having a mental breakdown. You need to have a straight jacket, things to detain them. You need to detain them, not just go in with full force.
Or not only that, have the skilled people out there
Yeah,
to talk to them.
right. That too. Everything, because to talk them and calm them down and stuff, but they have no patience.
Exactly. Duncan just said something that was interesting. Skittles equals gun. Cell phone equals gun. Gun equals taser. Shaking my head. Basically, what Duncan trying to say is no matter what you got, they gonna say it was a gun.
It's a weapon. Mm-hmm.
Look at Jamal.
Two
more. Tag. She tag. Frederick said, laugh out loud at Jamar. I love Jamar. I've never, ever met Jamar. I've talked to him on the phone because Jamar has an interesting story as well. Jamar has been shot a total of 9 times, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time since we talked. But I think he was shot 9 times, and he survived. So I'm trying to get him on the show to tell his story, Tika. But he said he's shot. He said he's shot. So hopefully...
I'm going to need you to get on this show, because you talking about me stay on because I ain't tired. I need you to have the same energy. Get on this show.
I tried to tell her, he was like, my girlfriend can come on for me. Nah, you got a testimony. You got something that you need to share yourself. I would love to have his girlfriend on the show. If he didn't make it, then she could come. But when you have a living testimony, you need to show up and tell it. Because you could be saving somebody else, Jamar. You could be saving somebody else. But he said, yes, it was 9 times that he was shot, Tika. And he made it. Thank God. Thank God. So, look, Fred said, 9 equals Jamar. You're a superhero. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, Tika, do we got time for one more?
Go ahead.
We got time for one more. And this is
the hard part is over. I said the hard part is over for me.
I told you I was gonna make you feel comfortable, girl. I told you that. So, and this is our fan takeover edition. I am so glad Tika is here. Tika, I have enjoyed you. Do you hear me?
Thank you.
Yes, I have enjoyed you so much. You are our first person for our fan takeover edition. And so that means I'm going to remember you forever, baby. I'm going to remember you.
Oh, my God. That's going down in history for me.
Yes. Yeah, it's going down in history, baby. For all
Who knows?
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Exactly. So because of Jamar, because I got to go to bed. I'm so tired. And I could go all night long, y'all. Don't get it twisted, because I love to talk. But we got to end on a good note. Okay, we got to end on a good note. But at the same time, this young brother has gotten a lot of hate, Tika. A lot of hate because he was so young. He was so young. He is so young, brother. He is so young. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is. I'm just gonna play it. And then Tika, I want you to tell me what you think. And I want your honest opinion, okay? Because you done been through some things out here in this world. You done been through some things. So I want your honest opinion on what you think about this. Here we go.
Feel amazing, unbelievable, breaking barriers, obstacles. It's just amazing.
Overwhelmed with emotion, Jalen Smith is coming to terms that he's the youngest African-American mayor in the nation. But his win didn't come as a surprise.
I did expect this to be the outcome because throughout my campaign, I was always told to outwork my opponents.
He outscored his opponent for sure, winning the election 218 to 139. A small community now getting national attention.
A lot of people get to see it, like congressmen, celebrities, probably the president probably saw it already. So it's just amazing, getting all these interviews and different things, like speaking with different people about my why, my purpose.
His why: beautifying the city, housing, and improving public safety, starting with a 24/7 police department, plus bringing a grocery store in town, which the city currently lacks. All that Smith knows won't be an easy task.
I'm a little nervous, but throughout my high school time, I've been preparing. I'm a go-getter. So whatever the city needs, I'm going to get.
4 months ago, Action News 5 was the first to travel to Earl, Arkansas to speak with him. In August, he was fresh out of high school. And now, his first job has won him the title of mayor.
It's not going to take just me making our city better. It's going to take myself, the city council, the people to work together as a team, collaborative, to move our city forward.
His message to those who believe he might be too young for the position.
No, because I use that as motivation to me, to prove them wrong.
All right. So, Tika, what you think about that? Do you think he's too young?
I didn't hear his age. How old is he?
He's 18 or 19. He literally just graduated from high school. He's 18. I'm sorry. He's 18 years old. He's 18.
I don't want to say he's too young, because you can learn a lot from
Okay. Tika, hold on. Before you go any further, I'm gonna show this. Hold on, let me make it bigger. I'm gonna show this. And one thing I want to say is sometimes when people start reading other things, I'll say that, reading IG, reading social media, you start changing your mind about things. So right here it says, so happy young Ro got out and started doing positive shit. That's what he said. Let me see. How can I get? Is this might be it. Hold on. Okay, right here. Can y'all see that? Up here at the top. It says, why the hell would you elect a damn teenager to govern you? This is in Arkansas. The next one. Man ain't been through a thing in life and is now a mayor of a city. The American dream still alive, folks. Laugh out loud. Big ups to him, but an 18-year-old being a mayor is not good. Entirely too young. I can see 25. Need someone with life experience. And then the last one was so happy young Ro got out and started doing positive shit. Now, you've heard what everybody had to say, Tika. Now tell us what you think.
Well, first off, I want to say sometimes the youth bring a lot of to the table just because they're young. And just because they're young, that don't mean to say he didn't went through nothing, because we don't know what he went through. And we don't know. It's like old sayings, you know what I mean? People always assume because you're young, you ain't never went through that, but you really don't know what a person went through. You ain't walked in it.
Yeah.
on one thing, and the way it seems like he's geared and driven, it's like he'd do a dang good job. He's making stuff happen in that community. He's for the community. He seemed like he's I like his he's just like a gentleman, you know.
Exactly.
He's mature for his age. It's like what they
Mhm.
say, you've been here before and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
You know, okay, I can understand people disagreeing with it because they don't feel like he experienced nothing, and knowing. But this is a different time now. This is not back in the day.
Better say it.
You know what I mean? These
Mhm.
things are changing, evolving every day. Like when we look at our own children, they so different from when we were younger. They were so more advanced. You see what I'm saying? They so
Mhm.
much, like even with people who have been having their babies during this pandemic, and they call them. I hate the word pandemic, baby, but people say it.
That's what they call them now.
Call them, but I don't like it. But I'm just saying. Uh, Look at them babies. They talking. They
Yeah.
1 month old. You know what I'm saying?
Got their head up, looking around.
Them ain't the same babies when we was born.
Mhm.
Stuff is different now. It's like they're ahead of us. They're born ahead of us. Every time a new generation is born, they're ahead. They're ahead.
Yeah.
If you notice that, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I think it's positive light for a lot of youth because then all this going on in the youth, they always say they out here killing each other. That can bring motivation to them to look otherwise. We can do this. We can do that. And then to another thing, being a black man, young man, is beautiful. He look like
Sorry, Tika, I had to hit that because you just said a black man.
yeah, no, but it shows our children. It give them motivation. It let them know that they could do it. So they being empowered. I love it. So
Mhm.
I mean, watch him and see if he make any mistakes. Some of us watching, we make and learn a lot from him.
Exactly.
Or active in the community instead of just talking down. Sometimes I wonder when people have things to say, what you doing? Like, what you doing? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
Hey man, you better say it.
I question that. I'll be like, okay, so who is a person that the words that come out? Like, what you doing? What have you contributed to? What difference have you tried to make? What have you stood up? You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I really do. I agree with you 100%. I mean, I hate to use this as an example, Tika, but I'm a little crazy. But I really hate to use this as an example. But I'm just gonna say it. Just like R. Kelly and what's the child name? Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number. That's all I'm gonna say. Age ain't nothing but a number. Age ain't nothing but a number. If that young man can come into this world and show us something different and make things happen, then hey, I applaud you. You can be my mayor. I don't care how old you is. I came up in the era of Doogie Howser. And I believed, and just like kids believing in cartoons and believe in Santa Claus, I came up in that era of Doogie Howser, and I believed in Doogie Howser. I really thought that was a real character. I really thought he was a doctor. I really thought that he finished school at 16 years old. I really believed that. You know what I'm saying? So if this boy can come in there, this young man, I'm not gonna call him a boy, this young man can come in there, do what he's supposed to do, and leave them little fast little girls alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave them hoods alone and do what he's supposed to do. Baby, he could be my mayor every day, any day, at any time. As long as you're gonna make a difference in the world.
It's
And
a
that's
lot.
just how I feel. I
It's
don't
a
give a
lot
damn if you 5 years old and you can make a difference.
yeah, right, right. It's a lot of users doing things. They just don't get the proper recognition, and
Mm-hmm.
that they're young trailblazers, And
Exactly.
I'm very proud of them. I get excited when I see them doing something in the community or in the world. Period. I cheer them on.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle says she got a super sticker. She got a super sticker. Shout
Hey.
out to Michelle. That's our very first. This is our very, very first super sticker. So I thank you.
On the show.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate that. Our very, very, I got to put it back up there. Our
Yeah.
very, very first super sticker. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate it. Joseph said, enjoyed the show tonight. Roku ended. Yes, we have went over our 2.5 hours. But when I tell you, Tika, this was everything to me.
Thank
This
you.
was everything to me.
Thanks.
I hear people say a lot of things goes into full circle. And that's how I feel with you here on the show with me tonight for the very first time for the edition of Fan Takeover. For your family to have been on my show, to tell your loved one's story, and then for you to come back on. I'm sorry. Then for you to come back on and spend this time with me, you didn't rush. You didn't hit me in the private chat saying, I got to go, I got to go. We got Jamar in the building talking about, here we go again. Here we go. Keep going, keep going. And I love it, Tika. I love it.
Yes.
Just let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell you I appreciate you, Tika, you
Thank you.
just don't know.
Guys.
When I talked to you earlier today,
Mhm.
through text message and everything, and when we talked on the phone, you really, really expressed to me how much Peachy Tea Time is needed, how much the Mrs. / Tennille / Miss Peachy is doing her thing out here. When I tell you that, what helps me go. It really does. I have a 5-year-old, I have an 8-year-old where I'm trying to do right by them as far as school wise, helping with homework. I got a full-time job working for a hospital. Thank God I work from home, but I'm doing overtime, been doing overtime for years there, seem like. And it's hard. Tika, is so hard. And I'm a wife.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, you got a lot on your
I do, but you know what, Tika? I try to balance it.
Balance it.
And
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have finally realized and understand when the people say, when you love what you do,
Mm-hmm.
you will continue to do it.
It comes natural.
It comes natural. I don't get paid for this show. I'm trying to, of course, get donations. I'm trying to, get the monetization. Well, I am monetized with YouTube, but I'm not getting the funds, that people are getting. But I know it's coming. I know it's coming and everything. But just to be able to come on here and have Tika, somebody like Tika that don't even know me like that, just know me from watching me on Peachy Tea Time, and to come up on here, do her thing. And baby, when I tell you, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
All
Now, I
right.
know you did a podcast last night, right? You did a podcast last night, right?
Well, I was doing YouTube. I'm in this with my business partner Stephanie Alford. We do more Mito, and that's something I want to talk to you about. But yeah, I want to introduce the world.
Yes, I understand.
Yes.
But definitely let me know what you got to tell me about it. I want you to stay on before we end. I mean, once we end the broadcast, I want you to stay on for a little bit. I always ask people to do that, just for me to give you my thank yous and everything. But I definitely want to hear more about what y'all got going on or what your people's got going on. Is there any shout outs you want to give before I have you in the show? Because I'm gonna have you in the show. I'm gonna give you a question that I want you to answer to everybody. I'm gonna pull myself down. You're gonna have the whole screen to yourself. But before that, is there anything at all that you want to say about your businesses, your people's businesses, your shout outs, anything?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give a shout out first to my family that made it on, and my friends, my business partner, and everybody that's watching you, because I love the support that they show you in the comments and stuff, the chat or whatever. That's amazing. So that lets you know you're moving, sis. You're moving.
Thank you.
And as well, like I said, I'm doing it's more Mito, and they natural products. They for for people with all kind of health issues. Even we have products for pets. And my website is https://www.moremito, and that's moremito.com/tiki TIKI.
Okay,
My
Tika,
website.
I know y'all done saw me putting this up a couple times, So say it one more time, www, because I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Is https dot slash the slash forward twice www.moremito moremito.com /tiki TIKI capital T.
I put it all in all caps. The https/ that should automatically come up. So here it is right here.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
All right. Now, and when they pull this up, what are they going to see? Like, what you
They're
going to
going
tell
to see where in the oranges talk about the products for people, and then in the blue, it talks about the products for pets. So, but it's natural products, and it's so many testimonies that people are getting from using these products, especially people who wear glasses, heart disease, asthma, heart congestion, cancer, like everything. Fills up your
diabetes and
diabetes, yes.
blood not diabetes. Yeah, diabetes, but high blood pressure too.
Everything. There's so many testimonies. People then was on dialysis, that was getting chemo, and they don't have to get that stuff no more. They've been healed from it by consuming these products.
Now, Tika, I'm finna give a what they call it, a fun fact. When you at work, they call it fun facts. I'm gonna give everybody a fun fact tonight. I deal with actually quite a few of the things that you just named. I deal with high blood pressure. I deal with asthma, and that's because everybody that watches me know I smoke cigarettes. I just try not to do it on the show. But I also deal with eczema as well.
I was wanting to say that, but it's so all out.
So you have something that can help me with all of those?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Tika, I'm gonna need you. I love Tika. Tika, I'm gonna need you to put something together so that we can make a commercial, because I do make commercials. I can make a commercial and we can run it on Peach Tea Time. Now, I'm be honest with you, Tika. It's not free. It's not free. I do 1 week free for you. I can do 1 week free for you. But I do charge for my commercials and everything. But I do definitely feel like this is something that everybody needs to know about.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yes, I'm. You know what? I'm going to invite you to a call. I want
Okay.
to do a call. And like when we go off the show and we talk about, get more information to you, more in detail.
Okay.
Stuff.
Because it's a product, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't care. You know, this is my platform. It is what it is. But it was a platform. I mean, a platform. It was a product that I use because I was watching another young lady that has a YouTube channel. Shout out to Tasha K. I was watching her, and she always promotes olive leaf. Olive leaf. And I kept watching and kept watching. I was like, and it covered everything: diabetes, blood pressure, lupus, eczema, all that. And I was like, I'm going ahead and try it. And I thought about it for a long time, Tika. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. And it worked. It worked for my eczema and all that. But guess what? It was nasty. It was like cod liver oil. And it was so horrible. And I had bought a bottle. It was like 40 some dollars. And I don't even think I used half of it. And I'm just gonna be honest. Because I couldn't take the taste. But the times that I did take it, it did help my eczema. It really did. You know, and that's another thing that Melt Me Fitness. The products that she come up with, it helps, you know, different areas of what you got going on just as well. You know, but like I said, I could not take the taste, and it was like a waste of my money, you know, but it worked. It did work. So I definitely can't wait for us to talk about this after the show, behind the scenes, baby, behind the scenes. But we gotta get off of here now, y'all. I'm sorry, Jamar. I'm so sorry, Jamar. I'm sorry. But we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. So it looks like she dropped off, but I think she might come back up. So if she come back up, I definitely want her to end the show with us tonight. Jamar, I must say, Jamar, Henny in the cup, baby. Henny in the cup. It ain't Henny. It's not Henny. It is vodka, and it is 1800 tequila. And I said vodka. It's tequila. 1800. One of Melt Me Fitness. Melt Me Fitness had told me, you know, if I wanted to lose weight, but I do like to drink, she was like, just drink tequila. That was what she said. Just drink tequila only, and I'll be good. You know, so ever since she told me that, that's what I've been drinking. Put a little lime juice in it, and I'm good to go. But Jamar, I definitely want to say this. I'm burping. But no, I want to say this. Jamar, when I tell you, when you put these comments up, one more clip. Keep going. Keep going. Jamar, when I tell you, that means the world to me. It means the world to me. Because it lets me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I appreciate you for it. I thank you for it. You know, I get a lot of people that send me emails, text messages, inboxes, DMs, all that, telling me how good of a job I'm doing, all that stuff. And I appreciate it all. I really do. But this right here, when I'm in the middle of a live show and I say, well, y'all, I got to go. And I get a person that say, no, keep going. One more clip. Can you give us 2? That means everything to me. Everything to me. And Jamar, I appreciate it. And not only do I appreciate that, not just that, but you know what else I appreciate? You know what else? I appreciate that Jamar and his wife is watching tonight, baby. Teresa, definitely a great show. Thank you both so much. I'm sure if your husband and wife, you're in the same room. But for y'all to get on 2 different platforms, you know, she on her phone, he on his phone, or however y'all doing it. And I don't even know them personally. I don't. and they both are on here rooting for me, husband and wife, baby, that means everything to me. It means everything to me. And I thank y'all so much. I really do. Now, Tika, I must have you in the show because we got to get out of here. Because I got to talk to Tika for a second after the show.
Okay.
But Tika, I want you, and I know this probably going to catch you off guard a little bit, but I want you to just speak from the heart, okay? I want you to speak from the heart to the people that has lost a loved one, whether it's their cousin, their auntie, their uncle, their brother, their sister, their nephew, their niece, whatever, that has not found justice yet. That's who I want you to speak to tonight. I'm going to pull myself down. Tika, I will know when you're done, okay? I can tell by y'all conversation. Everybody that come on here that I do this to, I can tell by your conversation when you're done. So I will know when you're done. I will pop back up and we are out of here, okay? But I gotta let Tika goddamn say this shit. I got to. Because I just got, in my spirit, I just feel like she finna say something that's gonna save somebody. Okay? Okay? So here you go, Tika. Tika, just speak to everybody that is going through what you and your family is going through, which is trying to still find justice. What do they need to do? Just say something to help them. Here we go. Here you go, Tika. Here you go, Tika.
I just feel what I'm doing, I think of good memories for one thing. I keep having hope that justice will be served. But even if I don't see you, even if you don't see justice in the system, just know God gets His justice will be served. Another thing, prayer. A lot of prayer. I do a lot of praying for my family. You know, to keep us praying us, keep us in a happy place. Just trusting God for everything. And not leaning on my own understanding, but on God's asking God to give me an understanding that surpasses all, because it's not an easy thing to battle with. Not trying to let things get hatred in my heart. I don't want to build up a hate, because that's not good either. I just keep looking towards the sky for joy, just thanking God every day that we are here to, keep His name alive, keeping hope and faith and everything that's been transpiring, like I said. But just keep loving one another, being a support system. That's one of the most important things too, supporting each other, going through this situation, because you're gonna need it. You're definitely gonna need it. Like his birthday is the day after Christmas. My brother's birthday is the day after Christmas. So I definitely, I wish I could be there with my mom, but since I can't, to say, I'll be definitely making sure I'm staying in touch with her, communicating with her, just trying to keep her in a good spirit, because that's not easy. That was her oldest son, so just always make sure you check on your loved ones and support them no matter what, and I want to thank you all for listening and tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure to be a part of Peachy Tea Time, where you get all the tea. And God bless you all.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining. Tika, just in case somebody want to, that's watching the show and they would like to contact you or contact your family as well, to tell your loved one story, or just to have you on there, where can they reach you at? Where can they find you?
They can reach me on my email at TIKA, TIKA, divinity, and that's DIVINITY at gmail.com. It's TIKA divinity at gmail.com.
All right. Well, y'all, we are out of here. Our very, very, very first fan takeover, baby, edition, baby. Tika, I thank you so much. I would never, ever, ever forget this day. Ever.
Me either, girl. I'm excited.
Yes.
It's going down in history.
It's going down in history. You right about that, baby. And anytime you want to come join me, anytime you're having a bad day, good day, things just, this week is just horrible, holla at me, and I'll be more than glad to have you on here with me.
I'm not just gonna come to your show because I'm having a bad day. I'm gonna come with light. I'm a light. I ain't operating in the darkness.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Tika. Please do not get off the line just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast. Y'all already know what y'all got to do. You gotta listen to my babies. I love you all, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Me and Jason, we out of here. Tell Tika bye. Say bye, Tika. Bye, girl. We love you, Tika.
I love the word later. Later.
See you later, Tika. All right, y'all. Listen to my babies. Here we go.
Return. PG return. PG return. PG return. PG return.